this is where we just bullshit or whatever. So we'll bring you
guys?
back on in a few seconds, okay?
That's cool.
All right.
Let people file in.
All right.
Hey, bro, y'all see the beard growing back though?
Bro, it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, come on, bro.
I know, right?
See mine.
It's been 2
I
weeks.
see mine growing
by
back.
now.
It's been 8 months.
Like way down here.
I know you see mine growing back.
Heel Zig in the building. The transformation is
It's
underway.
called juices and berries. Yeah.
I mean,
Welcome, everyone.
what's up, guys?
Welcome to our pre-show. We're going to get started in a few minutes.
Like, what is kid do?
I would just. I just move it up.
Just move it up.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Chris over here about to die on live.
Hey, boy, we got 300 followers, bro. Within what, 2 weeks?
Yes, everyone.
Definitely. No,
Shout out.
Shout out to everybody that's following us.
my
Over
speech.
300 plus followers. Thank you for sharing.
Well,
Thank
I
you
was
for following
gonna
us.
say
We
it, but
appreciate
they all
every
beat
single
me
one of
to
you.
it.
Follow us and
Absolutely.
share and be with us every Sunday night.
Yes, every Sunday night.
And look,
because
just to let y'all know, we ain't bullshitting. We are literally talking amongst each other on trying to figure out the next giveaway. So I got a little something in the giveaways, because I got a little something in the works. They got a little something in the work. We're trying to get out, figure everything out. But just like they said, man, little under 2 weeks, we had 300 likes on our Facebook page. That's because of y'all. So all the love and respect go to y'all, because
for sure.
Also, to answer a question that I got, so some people are wondering, Zig, what was up with that rocket ship space thing before the intro? Because the sky's the limit, baby, with the podcast. That's what it is. We taking off. We taking off. That's why. So that's what that's for. There's a meaning behind it.
I like that.
The countdown podcast is taking off. The sky's the limit.
Yes. Yes, the podcast has been enhanced. So for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to show you guys some bullshit while I'm sharing the podcast. And remember to share the podcast. Enjoy.
Here we go.
You think that's 9 inches?
I know it's 9 inches.
That's not 9 inches. You see this? This is 9 inches.
I got 9 inches.
No, I got something for you. Let's get this together, because I'm going to tell you. I know what I'm talking about. I know 9 inches, and that is not 9 inches.
I ain't gonna lie.
See, look at this. 6.5, like I said. But, I mean, it still do what it mean to do. I mean,
Just the salesman.
I mean, no reason to be disappointed. I mean, you'll still see everything the same.
I should have kept my receipt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should have.
Okay.
Get your money back.
Okay.
Hey.
You thought it was some other shit, didn't you?
If
You thought it was some other shit.
they probably all talking
definitely
about
in
it,
the
but they
gut.
tried to mask it with a joke. I mean, it is what it is, bro.
My mind was in the gutter.
So we're talking about measuring tape.
I mean, because this is like everything. Like,
That's the only time I use my measuring tape.
I mean, I knew.
Because you build things. Yeah.
He
I'm
said
a
he built
carpenter
different.
like-
The only thing he's building is that
I'm
Krabby
a
Patty
carpenter
gummy
like-
shit.
I'm a carpenter like Jesus.
You're building Krabby Patties.
Jesus.
Everyone,
he's building
tonight
Krabby
also
Patties.
we have a special guest. We have the Mr. Salvation.
Salvation.
He's in. Yep, he will be with us shortly. He's in the green room right now, so he's excited.
John,
Can't
man.
wait.
He's disappointed.
No, I'm not. You know what? Forget
Yeah,
you,
you're
John.
I like that. I'm digging the tank top though. Rest in peace, Owen Hart.
The Pro Wrestling Tees got my order mixed up. I bought this when the Dark Side of the Ring episode dropped, literally the day. And my fat ass does not wear sleeveless shirts.
You're not fat.
And for whatever reason,
I'm not fat.
okay. And for whatever reason, Pro Wrestling Tees decided to give me this one and my
You have to beat
AEW
Roman
one
Reigns.
a sleeveless shirt. That's the only reason why I'm wearing it, because today's is, about him. So I would be wearing my acknowledgement t-shirt if it wasn't for Owen. So y'all are lucky on that one.
So like just touching up what Nappy just said. Yeah, 22 years ago on this date, Owen Hart died tragically at Over the Edge. I will never forget that pay-per-view. That was a very tragic pay-per-view.
I'm gonna say that for the show. So all right, y'all. Looks like we are all set and rock and rolling. So all right, enjoy the show.
Thank you, John.
We'll be right back.
Heels for life, wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, Kid USA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life, let's go.
Oh, hi everybody. Hi, this is hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. This is your Heelist Roundtable. I'm Mr. Team Briggy.
Nappy Boy.
Kid USA.
Ziggy the Beast.
Hey. So tonight, everyone, hopefully you guys are in for an awesome podcast. We have an indie wrestler that I've been following for the past 8 years. Been trying to get his black ass on here, but you know what? I'm gonna say no, because I told him this before we even went on the podcast. But I will like to give a shout out to Salvation. See, he's actually a wrestler that does not put me on read. He actually pays attention to his messages. Exactly. So I do appreciate him for doing that for me, Shade. So no shade.
Major shade. I like it.
Well-deserved shade.
But Salvation is from GXW / CPW.
Come on.
Yes. So I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I'm sorry. So let's welcome him on the show. Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Salvation.
Thank you for having me. Woo-hoo! 8 years. Damn.
Yes, it's been 8 years, 2 months, 3 days, 14 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Wow.
14 7 seconds. You heard him, right?
So, Mr. Salvation, we are going to kind of pick on you for about 10 to 15 minutes. So, number one, before we even start, how did you get into wrestling?
Oh, man. I'm going to try to make this real short. I was in elementary school. I used to like football, right? So back in the day, I'm talking about back in the day, 80s, we had recess. So every day at recess, about my first 2 weeks of school, about 2 or 3 kids would grab me, right? You go find out what I mean at the end of this, Kid USA 2, you'll see. But they would put me in the Road Warriors Doomsday Device on the ground, jumping off of either a fence or, something that was elevated in the playground. Okay. I started watching NWA Pro Wrestling. It used to come on at noon back then. And they had another show at midnight on Saturday. So started watching it, started learning some stuff. So I started doing moves on them. They didn't want to have anything to do with me. They just left me alone. I'm chasing around. Come on, y'all want to play. Let's play. And they was like, no, man, you go ahead. We don't want to play with you no more.
So I got a question. So were were you like this skinny guy, or were you like this, like
how you are now?
Yeah,
I think I came out like this.
Yeah,
really.
Goatee and everything. No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, okay.
I was a lot smaller. I wasn't always in shape. I wasn't, exercising or anything. So at that point, I wasn't. Now I tell you what happened. Since I couldn't wrestle with them no more, I would do stupid stuff, go home, wrestle pillows, jump on the mat, because I got excited about wrestling. Was back in the day it's when Dusty Rhodes, the Four Horsemen, all of that. So, okay, that's one thing. So where from that goes, the next thing is like I'm hooked now, right? So I'm watching it every week, waiting for it to come on. I started seeing mostly it was NWA stuff. This was before WCW, by the way. A lot of people, younger guys, might not know about that. There's a history there, but WWF would always come on up. Back then, I didn't have cable at first, so you would see like Saturday night's main event. So that was a big deal. That's when I saw like the bigger guys like Hogan and all them. Okay, that had me. I was like, man, I want to look like them guys. At some point now, I started doing push-ups, sit-ups, whatever I could do, thinking I'm gonna get all pumped and swole. Okay, so years go on. I saw a promo for NWA Pro Wrestling coming to the Richmond Coliseum. I live in Richmond, Virginia. I grew up there. Okay, they would have a show. Most of the time it'd be Saturdays, sometimes Friday evenings. I begged my mom to take me. She saw I was so enthused and just into it. She couldn't help but take me. Every time they came, had to go see it. I saw one television taping in Richmond. They didn't do a lot of TV taping shows in Virginia, or at least not in Richmond. They, build up for that big pay-per-view. Well, wasn't even pay-per-view back then. This was before that. Was like, I think when I started going, it was like still closed circuit and whatnot. I wasn't a big WWF fan. They had all these characters and stuff. To me, it was just more gritty and real to see the NWA guys go at it, So I would go to those shows every time they came. I never missed the show. Now, might get a little sad in a minute. I kind of got out of watching it as I got older. Me and this guy I grew up with named Nars. We used to wrestle with his nephews. We made these championship belts. I probably have to show you some pictures at some point on another show. They look legit though. We made them out of brass and put them on some straps and everything.
I made mine out of cardboard.
Yeah, man. I started with cardboard. I was like, no, we got to do better. We just was creative like that. So fast forward to I say my early 20s, somewhere around there. Kind of stopped watching it right before then. Just went into it. I used to work at a record store for a little while. These guys was imitating the Rock and Stone Cold at work every day, and I was like, man, that's entertaining. I didn't know who the hell the Rock was. So I really wasn't watching any wrestling after probably I'd say the mid 90s. Actually before the mid 90s, before the Monday Night Wars and everything. What drew me back in was them guys at work. So I went home, I started watching. I'm like, man, this is different. They had pyro, with just the whole setup. The audience was live and everything. I was like, man, they live and everything. So, the whole Monday Night War story. So once WCW folded, he just had WWF, and then of course became WWE. So I like, I'm back into it. So I found out they were coming to Richmond at some point. Before that though, it's the sad part. Mom took sick. Mom was in the hospital. Her main artery erupted. My grandma got sick because she was older. I could expect my grandma may not be around for a while, but I think she was worried about her daughter. So every day we would go up there to see one floor. We'd see my grandma. ICU, see my mom. That went on for a week. 2 weeks went by. By the end of that second week, the doctor was like, it's probably not going to happen. She's not going to come around. We'll give it one more week, but I think you need to start to make a decision. I was next of kin, had to decide to pull the plug. So, okay, mom passes away. I vowed to myself, I had just had a daughter 2 months after my mom died. And I was like, man, when she get older, I could take her to start watching, matches. Because just as a thing, because my mom was the one that got me, being able to go see live wrestling. Okay, so somewhere in my heart and spirit, I was like, I can continue that. I'm the parent now. So once my daughter became old enough to go, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown would come to Richmond Coliseum a lot more frequently. I never missed going to see, television tape. I didn't go to the house shows. And that was like a tradition for us for a while. Me and this guy called Alex, my brother, he would go bring his younger brother. His mom, actually, I got her a ticket one time that she had never seen. She liked wrestling, but she had never seen it in person. So, all of this, I'm just saying that there was the special reason why I continued on with it. Now, how did I get into wrestling? Oh, you could laugh at this. Me and my daughter fell upon a flyer somewhere, and it said GXW, which Ground Zero Professional Wrestling, was owned by Dave McCullen. It had Ron DeFaro. They were, the two head guys, the owners, and the bookers. So I hadn't known them yet at this point. So I went to check out one of their shows in the nearby town. I think it was a indie show, and it was a nice crowd, and it was a great show. I was telling my daughter we get to see this a lot more close up and personal than WWE, so she was all for it. So anyway, they had a promo they cut during our intermission. They were going to be closer to my house. I was like, oh, we can't miss that. I was all pumped up. And during that intermission at the second show, a guy named Brent Fleener came over and interviewed me. It must have been something that was meant to be. It's like, you too could be a pro wrestler. He went through the whole spiel. He said, he gave me the flyer. I took it. I was like, you want to become a pro wrestler? I was like, hell yeah. He said, what you going to do? And I lied to you not. No pun intended. I said, I'm going to bring it. Okay. So the number and everything's on there. I called Dave. I was going into the gym. I don't know if I was working there part-time too. I was either going to work or to work out. I hit him up. He said, all right, we have training on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7:00 prompt. Come on in, come a little bit early. I'll talk to you. You can see if you like it, if you want to do this. In the back of my head, I'm looking at all these other guys. I was like, man, these dudes skinny and some of them look kind of chubby and out of shape. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I could do this. That's a whole nother story. But I think that Thursday was my first day there, and I went there and I talked to them. I saw them take some bumps. They was doing some drills and stuff in the ring. I'm all excited because I never, looking back at my mom and everything, I would never thought I would have a chance to get in the ring. I just didn't even go somewhere around here and train. I just didn't know. So I was all amped up about it. So I trained for a while. And then after a while, I got a little discouraged because it was going on for a while. I was doing okay. I finally got the bumps down after a week from jerking my neck around so much. But you learn all this stuff for a reason. Safety and everything. They taught us very well how to do it right. That was the bottom line. Do it right. Do it how it's supposed to be done. Make everything solid, look good, Right. So in a short, make this story a little more shorter, I was in and out for a while. GXW, I was there for years, but I would be a lot of off and on. I'd be there for a year, take a couple of months off, be there for about 6 months, take a couple of months, some of that was for financial reasons because you pay for your training as well. So it's just like any other class or school that you take for a license to learn something. To wrestle in Virginia, you have to be licensed. So at some point down the road, I got my license anyway, just to be ahead of the game. Never got on a GXW show. They went out of business. They didn't want to do it no more. The owner didn't want to do it anymore. Wrestling wasn't the same. I don't think the passion was there. He just probably needed a break. So I was like, man, the last day of training, I didn't know it was the last day of training. It was a belt that we used for the trainees. And I never expected to win that belt. The last day of training, I won the belt. I was like, damn, I didn't know that was the last day of training though. So I was thinking already ahead, I got to, hold my chest up high, set the example. And I've been here for a long time. It's a guy, rest in peace, Pork Chop Johnson, came in, I think 2 years after me, So he was always joking, man, when you would get on the show, you was here before me. I always joke when I was like, my first show, this could be my gimmick. It's going to be my debut because I'm getting old. It's also going to be my debut, but it's also going to be my retirement match. And I just kept joking with him about that for years. So GXW was gone. So I was like, I'm at the age where, I don't know. I don't think, ain't no sense in me traveling around the country and different indie circuits and stuff, trying to make a name for myself at this point. I thought I'd never get in the ring, and I did. I was actually happy with just that, knowing and learning the business from the inside out. Learning moves, how to do stuff right. I was thrilled just about that, knowing, for how I grew up with watching wrestling and all I just told you. So when you look at it, I was just chilling. This lady named JB Brown, who was a promoter up near Charlottesville, Virginia. And that was my first actual show in front of an audience. She called me up, say, we want you to come on out. Me and her were friends for a long time. She eventually passed away as well. Yeah, it's like, man, you just don't know when your time is up. She was the same age as I am.
That's true.
So
how old are you?
I'm 46.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's older than Chris. Well,
Yeah.
younger than Chris. Sorry.
Younger than Chris.
Yes,
It
younger.
don't crack. But but so the first day up there, I took this guy with me named John Washington. I knew him from training back in the day. That's a whole nother story about him.
John Walsh, yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing right now. It's not.
That's for another time.
But it's not. I'll get into that at some point in maybe another show.
Okay.
So I asked him to come up there with me. He did me a favor. He went on up there with me. I just wanted to be around somebody that I knew that I had been in the ring with. And I was like, "Would you wrestle me?" He's like, "Hell yeah." So I went to the promoter and said, "Can I wrestle him? Whether we were the first match, pre-match, whatever they wanted us to do, singles match." She's like, "Nah, you got this look. I'm gonna put you with this other guy. Y'all gonna tag team tonight." And I was like, okay. I was a little nervous, but it was my first show. And you come out in front of that crowd, you're nervous before you come out most of the time out of the gorilla. And then when you get out, it kind of goes away most of the time, some of it. So I got out there and I was fine. They was like, no, this is for the tag team straps. Oh, the real estate just went up. We went through that match. The match went on for a while. Honestly, I felt like it went on long. For some reason, I guess they had to fill a gap. They wanted us to continue to wrestle for up the amount of minutes or whatever. We won the belts. That was my first match. First tag team titles, first titles, in any indie wrestling or anything.
And who was your tag team partner?
This guy named Dominic Cobbage.
Shout out.
I couldn't tell you his stage name now. He probably changed it. But that was it. She didn't do too many shows or promotions. Small town. It was a nice sized crowd, but not big at all. For that town, it was. I would say it's relatively cool crowd, and they loved it. I'm looking at all stuff I could have done better, in my head, but I was like, whatever. So you take that. That was just a little thing. I was satisfied I had to use my license. I won't go let it go to waste. That's all I was worried about. Yeah. I was like, damn, I got the tag strap. But we end up. She ended up passing. So when we went back up there to do the show, we didn't have the straps. We didn't wrestle to lose them, but that's just how they did it. This another promotion came and did a tribute show to her, and it was fantastic. I wrestled this guy named Crash Cassidy. He was popular up there. I was technically the heel in that match, but I had just came out with my tag partner who was a face in the singles match. I was with him at ringside. So I didn't want to heel it up too much, but it was probably one of the best matches I had. I never met the guy. We didn't talk about anything. We was going to go in there and do our thing. I think we came up with something to do in the beginning to get the crowd into it. It was almost, I call him country strong. He's big, but not muscular. So we did like a shoulder tackle spot. We kind of had a standoff. Neither one of us bumped or fell. I'm strong. He's big. Eventually, I'd say, let's do it again. That third time, he rushed me and knocked me out the ring. I get out the ring and look at this guy in the audience and say, man, he's strong. And he said, man, you got it. I was like, well, he's country strong. So I get back in the ring. I told the ref to hold up. I did some push-ups. And we went into this whole thing. But bottom line was, it was a terrific match. And so from there, I was on Facebook, probably looking at some of Chris stuff or something. Okay. And this guy named RC hit me up, who I knew from wrestling on shows at GXW. I knew he had done this work and stuff with Classic Pro Wrestling. He said, man, what you doing this weekend? You got your license? Yeah. I was like, you want to come on out, be on the show? I was like, yeah, I didn't know what was entailed. All he wanted me to do was come out there and basically debut. I didn't have a match. Sorry about that. I walked through the curtains to distract somebody, and they got distracted, lost their match. Shout out to Leo Kirby and Ray Vex. I get into them a little later too. But they were in the match, and So when I did actually debut with CPW, handicap match, two smaller guys, Michael Pewitt, what's the other guy name? He moved down to Florida. Chris probably know who it is. I can't think of his name right now. I got a bad memory. If I had to,
depends on how small he was. Depends on how small he was.
Ooh, he was small. Either way, it was a handicap match, and I mean, it was both of them together didn't weigh as much as me. And I don't know if y'all seen my character, like when I first debuted in the CPW, I had a sort of a tactical mask on. There's some other stuff going on with that. That's part of my character I created. The thing that the audience would be always mad at, I would take that tactical mask off, and I had a hood under there. And they was, oh, we want to see your face. And I thought that was the funniest thing in the world.
Trolling.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Trolling.
they always was pissed about that. Take your mask off. And I act like I'm going to take it off. You know, I look at them and whatnot. And I was like, no, you know, they never would see my face, right? Mm-hmm. So had some matches, some battle royals. I'm still pretty green as far as being on shows. And I actually could do a whole lot other stuff more. It depends on who I'm in the ring with. I could do a lot more stuff than they even know I can do. Just depends on the situation. And if you fast forward all the way up to when me and Kid USA, I went to the promoter, asked for a one-on-one match with mask versus mask. Loser had to lose the hood. That match I thought it was pretty good.
Man, you beat the shit out of my back, dude.
Yeah, his back. I was like, I done messed his back.
I still have the pictures to prove it.
I got him too. There's some whelps on there that might not be gone yet. I don't know, you know, but I was like,
it was bad.
It was real bad. It's pro wrestling, you know. So we was all hype about the match in general. Me and him. I lost the hood. We ended up becoming a tag team, and down the road, we not too far down the road, we won the straps from that promotion. And that's some of the stuff in the short. There's some other stuff I've done in between that time. The whole WWE thing, man, I fell on that for what I did with them. Sort of, it must have been a blessing. That might have been mom. I don't know. Uncle, stepdad. My uncle's still alive. He used to take me some of those shows back in the day too, and my mom couldn't take me. And my stepdad would take me sometimes. So anyway, stepdad passed on 2 years ago, a couple years after my mom. So WWE, I used to work at American Family Fitness, which is a gym here. They got several locations kind of around the region, around the state. It was this young lady working in membership. She always saw me working out with these little shirts on that had wrestling, you know, stuff on it, like from wrestling characters, Triple H, whoever. She said, "You like wrestling, don't you?" I was like, funny you should say that.
Something like that.
I had been training in wrestling at that point for a while. Like, I've been training to become a wrestler for a while. I just haven't been able to do no shows or anything. Part of that might have been because they was looking at my age and they was more concerned with the younger people that was trainees. You know, who knows? But this lady was like, well, my husband and my brother-in-law, they're both twins. Their last name is Sinclair. They used to work backstage with WWE. I didn't know what they did, but that's all I had to hear. I was like, damn, this might be a sign I might be able to get my foot in the door or something, you know, at least help somebody else out. So I was like, sure. She said, when they go around the region, they usually go from my hometown up to Maryland, a couple of states down or whatever, and, you know, work backstage. So they was like, when they do it again, I'll let you know. Okay, so she stopped working there, right? So the following year, so happened, they come in all together to work out. And she said, like, let me introduce you to my husband. I went and sit down for him for a little bit. And they used to have 4 people with them, but it was only 3. They need 4 people backstage for the stuff that they had to do for, you know, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, I think, on pay-per-views. So, of course, they was like, man, if you want to do it, let me know. You can come on with us. Okay, so happened, Monday Night Raw was coming, I think, and within the next 3 or 4 weeks to my hometown. So I went with them. I thought, man, I was at work. I was like, man, so what I do? They say it started at 7. I was like, well, when I get off of work, I just meet y'all down there. They laughed. They was like, no, it's 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. I was like, oh. So, you know, obviously I took off of work. I go meet them at Richmond Coliseum, which is no longer there. That was like the arena where all the big wrestling shows come to. So I know not to mark out because I've been trained at this point.
But you want to.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm back here with this person and that person. I'm like, in the same time, you got to think, you really are one of them. You're just not in this company. And, you know, whether they want you or not, you're still one of them.
Right. So
I was kind of used to that. I wasn't too, you know, hyped up. I did sneak and take a picture in front of like the old WWE sign before they changed it. The one without the F, but the squiggly one. I got a picture of that on my phone now. And that was kind of sort of a thing to commemorate it because they usually don't have that thing just sitting out. They'll take it straight over there to set up. But it was sitting in the walkway or the breezeway for a long time. It's like, man, we're going to take a picture. You're not supposed to take pictures back there. And I hope I don't get in trouble for this because everybody's listening. But I did take a picture in front of it. And all the stories from backstage ended up to where, man, I got a picture somewhere where somebody think I stole John Cena's cookies because I got a stack of cookies on my table. You know, they were eating lunch. We all in this big area that they have catering. This lady named Jen that I work for. So I basically was working and helping out with the catering. At some point in time, the last time they had the show here in Richmond before the Coliseum closed down, it's an old building. They probably had to demolish it anyway. So that was a historic moment. Last Monday Night Raw, last WWE show, Richmond Coliseum. They've been coming there forever. I got to come out on it was main event. The main event was what's his name? What's the guy that come up with the conga line?
No Way Jose.
Yeah, no way Jose or Adam Rose.
Yeah, No Way Jose.
Okay.
Adam Rose wasn't there at the time. He was already gone. I got to come out with him through the gorilla to the ring, do a little thing, and go back up.
Oh wow!
The fact that I was able to come out the gorilla the last time in Richmond was a big deal for me. You know, it was great. Like I couldn't tell you that I was nervous as hell going. I just didn't want to trip going down that ramp. You know, they still had the long ramp, and we go around there, and I get to the back. People, man, I see you. I saw you. I was like, damn, I had all this stuff. I'm like, how y'all saw me? They talking about something. You look like this. I know that was you, and you both like, yeah. That was me. So I got a moment in history where I do have some footage of me actually being on television as far as WWE is concerned. And I guess that's in a nutshell.
That's pretty cool.
That's my big spin on everything from beginning to end, you know, to where I'm at now, I guess.
So I guess my question to you is that, you know, I when I look at you, I look at an indie wrestler, but then sitting down and talking to you, like actually having a conversation with you, it's like you got to be one of the most down to earth cats that I've like literally interviewed. So I guess my question to you is, do you even see yourself like going, like having a WWE career or going to AEW? I mean, you have all of these clothes, and I'm just like, okay, so where is he going? Does he want to go to the WWE? Does he want to go to AEW? Do he want to stay in the indie scene? I mean, seeing you know how this business is. Where do you see yourself going? I mean, at the age of 46.
Age of 46 a little tricky. You know, Vince usually have a cutoff for WWE.
That's true. Yeah.
Funny 30. Thing is, it's like late 30 now. 30, okay.
Unless you're coming in with clout already.
Yeah, which I can't say I have.
Hashtag AJ Styles.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I might get sued for that. But
clout.
The funny thing is, man,
that's going over now.
I passed by Stephanie McMahon so many times, and she's so real, so down to earth. She'll stop and look at you in your eyes and speak to you damn near every time. But they're always busy. So, you know, for her to have time just to say hi was one thing. Triple H, you know, Paul, they kind of just busy. You know, they're in that thing. Vince is always there. But one time I seen them come in, and I don't know what I was doing. I don't think I was doing much because it was early. They get there like around lunchtime, usually to the arenas, I think. All of them got out of some type of limo, and they walk up to, I guess, where they had to go through to go to their office or whatever. And they all start looking at me, and then they start talking amongst themselves. And then they look back and was discussing something. To this day, I have no idea what it was. They could have been like, what is he doing over there? Shouldn't he be, you know, I really don't know. That was a sign. And then I was like, man, yeah, that would be kind of cool if they were, you know, but anything can happen. They need people for stuff. So this was probably like, I want to say 6, 7, maybe years ago when that happened. Then, you know, AEW came around. I was kind of hype about AEW. It's like, man, wouldn't it be kind of cool to get in on the ground floor, even if I didn't wrestle as a performer, or, you know, just to be in there, because it was something new that we haven't seen anything big like that since WCW was around. When WWE was around, it was all WWE, unless you watch like stuff like New Japan was kind of big, but it's not, you know, it wasn't here. So I thought about all of that. Even with my age, it's a guy named Ethan Cross that say, man, you know, no matter what, you just keep doing what you do, because you never know. Age is a factor in some ways it's just not. So I thought about, you know, I didn't push for it, but I thought about getting out of the indies and put my head in somewhere else. Like WWE, you can do sort of like a extra talent thing when they come to town. You contact their talent scout. They put you on a list if they need you. They'll tell you come on through. I did that a few times, and I never got called. They probably never need that many people where I was going. I messed up one time where they was up in DC. It was the Monday Night Raw for Mania that year when the women wrestled Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, triple threat match, women's title. And I didn't fill out my paperwork for it and, contacted, sent it in because my daughter actually came to work with me. She was just about to turn 18 at the time. And I was like, man, she get to be backstage. I forgot all about the paper and stuff. So Ethan Cross rode up there with me. He had filled out all this stuff to be extra talent. He was on. He'd been trying to do that for a while. I think this was his first time. He ended up being on the show as it was supposed to be local police, and they had to arrest Charlotte Flair and all of them. And it was great. And I'm thinking like, damn, I supposed to have been up there because I didn't fill out my paperwork.
Was that the one when they bust up all the police cars and bust the windows out? And
that's it.
Becky.
Yep.
Becky,
I was like
Ronda,
literally right there when I saw that happen.
I remember that.
And Vince, everybody was back there. It was crazy. And that was like a great thing. And then he was on there. He was like the head arresting officer. You go back and look at this African American black guy, got a little facial hair. He was taking Charlotte out the arena. Paul Heyman was back there looking at me the whole time. I don't know what he was thinking, but the wheels kept turning. I was like, man, he was joking with us a little bit, actually. I was like, man, Paul Heyman's kind of really a nice guy, but you can see his mind is just always working. Every time I see him, it was just always, you could tell the gears are turning, I wish I could go to him and ask him what he was thinking, because he was thinking something. I was like, maybe I do have a look or something. I mean, I would like, wait till they see my character. There's a whole lot of elements to that. I don't even think everybody's seen it yet. So far as wrestling, I can't sit here and say I'm specifically pursuing anything, but I do have a group of guys that I kind of met what's the day? Sunday. I met them yesterday. Mm-hmm. They want to start training and do some stuff locally. I would love to help me, them, somebody else, Anthony, go to that next level above the indie circuit, though. If that's basically, I guess what I'm trying to say, that's kind of my next move. Training people, opening the school, going from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did Ziggy, because I know that you had your five questions of doom.
you might get to hear salvation.
John Cena of the podcast. 5 questions of doom.
I just got 2 questions. What was you and kids tag team finishing move? Like the 3D or something?
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Come on, man.
I'm just asking.
When I told you those kids to be the doomsday device on me? It so happened, RC gave it to, he's like, y'all can do the doomsday device. That was our finishing move as a tag team. One of them. We had another one, but that's a whole nother.
Was Kid the one that came off the top with the elbow?
Of course. Yeah.
I actually have pictures of that.
Yeah.
That's what I need. This is the footage we need, Kid.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's a whole thing with us, like with me, with my character, with the mask, and I got one like Terminator eye glowing on one of the masks before I take that one off and stuff like that. I actually want to go back under the hood because the face thing.
I still have a promo of you.
You do?
Oh, I do.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah,
the face thing don't work for me. I'm not. I mean, I'm nice right now, but this is not my wrestling character. I'm the completely opposite. Even if I'm a face, I'm not nice. And I've been holding back. Yeah, the promos are crazy.
Yeah, you have heel tendencies, dude. Like all over.
Man, I like to make people suffer.
He is a heel.
Yes.
Heel.
Shit hurt me, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, I got moves too. Sometimes I finish you with, I might, depending on the situation, might be a spear. I think mine's look maybe a little more decent than Roman Reigns. I can't acknowledge him for that right now. His nice, but mine might be a little. That's a little bit of shade.
Over here.
I am here for that shade.
Of course you are.
There's only one way to find out.
No Roman hater over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I got other moves like I call it, one of them just sort of like the rock bottom. It's just it's a salvation bottom, I guess.
It's like the bookend.
Yeah, basically, if I
Okay.
catch you right there, I'm gonna hook it and just boom.
The salvation drop ish.
Yeah, basically. That's
What was the
one.
name of y'all's tag team move? What was the name of it? It was a Doomsday Device, but what was the name of it?
Oh God, what do we have?
What did
It
we
wasn't.
call it?
We were called Salvation USA.
Okay.
We just put the
Okay.
name together, sort of. It made sense. to
Salvation
me.
USA.
Salvation and
I like
Kid USA.
that.
We did Salvation USA. I brought the sleeve back. We already showed you that.
Yep, you did.
That was part of the elbow drop. We also had the Doomsday Device. I don't really know if we had a name for that.
Okay.
For sure.
I thought of one, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay, I was
we
just
got
wondering.
two finishers. One of them we just never got to use. It's my finisher combined with his solo finisher.
Yeah.
My actual finish. I don't think some people want to take this because it's real devastating, but I promise you, it's just a slam. I get you up in body slam position, and you have to see the video of this one.
Okay.
Actually, I just twist around my top body, and then I leave my feet and power slam you right there, just right in that same spot. And
And
if
then
you get
Kid
up
come with the
now, see, that's the thing.
If he slammed him and I got on the top rope, then I come down with the elbow.
Yeah, we could do that too. You know, it's just a combination of both our finishers.
It's part of a you come in, tag, slam, set him up on the top rope, come down with the elbow drop.
You don't want me to elbow you off the top rope. It's not gonna be. They're gonna have to come.
But my tadpole splash is over yonder over there. Would say so. Ellis, come on, Salvation. You already know my frog splash looks like some shit. It still needs some work.
Yeah, we all need some work.
It's not as bad, but I mean, needs some work.
Now I know when I first wrestled, my first match, some people went over it in the back. And I didn't notice. Sometimes you don't know stuff until you see yourself. Well, I used to do. I'm technically a full-time dental assistant. So for years, 15 years, I've been, kind of hunched over doing that stuff sometime, right? So I noticed if I'm walking and there's a reflection in the window, I got to straighten my back up, because I'm so used to leaning forward. So I got some advice from, who was it? A couple of guys from the back that had been doing it for years. Oh, Timmy Danger was one of them. He said, man, you got to straighten up. Your posture looks horrible in the ring. And he showed me, on his phone. I was like, oh, damn. I was hunched over like an old man. And that was in my first match. So ever since then, you're supposed to look big and, chest out anyway. And for some reason, I guess I didn't feel like I was doing that. And even when I think I walked to the ring that day, I was kind of like slouched forward a little bit for whatever reason. Ever since then, that's been in the back of my head. Well, I gotta straighten up, It's the little things.
So, Salvation, have you ever been to WrestleMania or any AEW events?
Y'all not go like this. I declined going to WrestleMania. It was so much chaos. I was like, nah, I ain't going down there for that.
I don't blame you.
I respect
That's the only reason I didn't do that. AEW, I've seen. Shout out to Brandon Green and Jason. They from Crab Wrestling. There's some
Capital Vices.
Yeah, there's some great guys up there. He actually trained me early on too. Him, Shorty Smalls, when I first started. Shout out to Shorty Smalls.
Oh man, that's some severe, familiar names with with GXW, man.
Yeah,
especially with Ron Farrow too.
Yeah, that's where I started at.
I trained with him too.
So that's the real deal right there. They didn't bullshit. It was balls to the wall. Do it till you get it right. That kind of thing. Worry about your name and character and all that later. Don't bring nothing from the outside in. This is wrestling. Shout out to Jordan Blade too, by the way. She came a long ways from the time I met her, and I was there way before her. And she's now moving up the ladder like crazy, which I always knew. You know how you can see somebody and they have it. She's one of those people.
She is definitely a force to reckon with. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think she can
keep a watch of her.
I really think she can.
Yeah.
Keep that. If you remember that name, Jordan Blade, you might want to do an interview with her. Actually, she's good. And I'm not just saying it because I know her, and I've seen her progress from time she started to now. I've seen Pork Chop, God rest his soul. I've seen these people go from like the greenest of green to captivating. You know what I mean? And they're unique too. That's the other thing. So, as far as me training people, that's what I want to see. I got a guy that I hadn't seen in a long time. He just so happened to hit me up, and we must have been thinking alike. His name is Jonathan Anderson. Used to go by Jonathan Nightmare. He actually wrestled everywhere else except for Virginia. I don't think he's had a match in Virginia, but he's been around indies here and there, hardcore too. He's wrestled some crazy stuff I wouldn't do. You know, I'm not gonna jump off a 12-foot something, a scaffold, and fall through several tables. He did it.
You ain't taking no LED bulb light post to the head.
That's the one thing salvation won't. Everybody
doing that.
We ain't doing that. I'm gonna knock everybody out before they even get to me to do that. This be a shit show. Cause like, man, he knocked all the wrestlers out. Now what we gonna do?
You're not taking a pizza cutter to the face.
Not at all.
Have you sustained any injuries throughout your career?
Good question.
What career that I had? Honestly, I haven't. When I was training, I dislocated my knee a couple of times. Now, I used to wrestle in high school. First time I ever dislocated my knee, it hurt like hell. I thought I broke my leg. I heard a pop, and it was in pain. I didn't know what was going on. I was cussing. I was like, "Shh, don't cuss." I was like, "Hell no, I'm cussing." I pushed my kneecap back in, and it was just like an instinct thing. Oof. And I had a little thing on there for a week. After that, I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't want to wrestle no more. I was great in high school as far as wrestling. I'd lost a lot though, mostly by points. Some of those other guys would just, you know, get enough moves on you to get enough points. Maybe they'd be 1-2 points up. High school wrestling, you know, of course, collegiate wrestling is way different. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. I'm the original Suplex City bitch. They used to call me the concussion man. That's not a nice thing, but I didn't do it on purpose. I Suplex City people all day, and they just, you know, I wasn't thinking about points. I was just trying to wear them out.
I knew
he wants to hurt people.
That from somebody.
Yeah,
I knew it.
He might have took it that much far better and perfected it. But I swear, I lied to you not. I wish I had footage of that. Back in the day, we ain't had no cell phones, camera phones. So.
So y'all got away with a whole bunch of shit.
Not really. The referee will warn you on stuff. We can't see in high school wrestling. You can't really slam them hard. You got to kind of go down with them and stuff. But some of mine was a little bit stiff as far as, you know. It wasn't on purpose. It was just that was the salvation, you know.
So Corey asked the question. He said that if you went to AEW, would you go as a trainer?
If they would have me as at any capacity, if they had me doing whatever they need me to do, I probably would. And that would be the first choice of places I would go. Be honest with you. I like what they're doing with AEW Dark. I seen some guys that wrestled up here, Brandon Green and them, including a couple of other guys. I was like, man, you know, they're really doing something over there it reminds me of a throwback, but at the same time, it got that new stuff we have. You know, it's kind of a blend.
That new
I like
vibe,
that.
right?
Yeah, WWE seems like they're trying to do something with it, you know, a little bit, but then, you know, they WWE. So
yeah, and that's the thing with WWE. I think WWE is just like real stagnant right now. Like they just don't know what to do. They're
exactly.
Just like, okay, let's try this week, and then if that doesn't work, then let's go back like 20 years later.
Yeah,
or
30.
maybe
let's just stay with the 30. Yeah, for real.
You know, like that.
They don't have that thing no more. Yeah, it's real silly sometimes. They don't have that competition where they have to grind out that creative. I think I don't know if it's necessarily people, but you know, you got to go through Vince for anything. So who knows? So that's kind of tricky.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very tricky because like you can have the best idea
that is true
in the room, but it has to go through Vince.
I feel like
you know, because Vince is very animated. Like he like his shit cartoonish.
Yeah,
you know, if it's not cartoonish, if it's me too. And if this is not his idea, right? If this is not his idea, he doesn't want to hear you.
Yeah, basically, that's what it comes down to. And I ain't, you know, shooting no trash on them or nothing. They always had like a good product. They always the big name, but for a long time they ain't had no competition. Now I'm saying AW get ready to have another show, so the whole week is gonna be filled up with like, you know, do we move NXT somewhere else, like online? You know, I think they're getting a little shook by that, you know, because AEW is
clearly.
Yeah, AEW, matter of fact, Salvation, thank you for bringing that up. So AEW is coming out with AEW Rampage in 2022.
Starring The Rock.
That's going to be you stupid. You stupid. So that's going to be a 1-hour show, and that's supposed to be on TMS, if I'm not mistaken.
TBS.
TBS. TBS.
You said TMS.
I'm fuck.
You sound like me.
Shout out to TBS, not TMS.
I'm sorry, TBS. I'm sorry. Everyone.
TBS.
So yeah, we're gonna once we get some more information on that, we'll let you guys know. So Nappy, Ziggy, Kid, did you guys have anything that you want to?
I did have one question.
Ask me anything.
So it's everybody has like their top 5. Like I have a top 5, but my all-time favorite wrestler. Shut up. My all-time favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels, hands down. So I was wondering who was your favorite wrestler, like either growing up. You know what? I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. It's gonna be the same question. Who is your favorite wrestler growing up, and who is your favorite wrestler now?
Damn,
if you have one.
I think my favorite wrestler now, to get that out of the way, might just be me. I'm my own favorite damn wrestler. To be honest. I mean, I got other people I like. I see stuff in Kid USA. I like Ethan Cross in the Indies. I like other people across the Indies that are great for all different things. Jordan Blade, like I said, people that train me. I like, it's just stuff. But if I had to pick one solo person, if I was looking at it as a fan, back in the day, of course, this is a hard one to say, but one of them was Ric Flair and the other one was Sting. And there was certain matches though that they had that drew me to like, damn, I was hooked.
Right.
So I can't really say I have one. So, and you could probably ask any other wrestler worker who their favorite wrestler is, and they probably tell you just like that. Like I could say Eddie Guerrero for some reason. I could say Chris Benoit. Because there's some stuff that they did that I would probably do in the ring had I given.
You named 4 of my top 5.
Right there,
sentence right there.
Just right there. See, that's if I had to cluster them together, they would be in my top
Michaels
5.
and Roman Reigns. There's 5 for you.
Oh, Roman Reigns is still out there for me. I like him. I like what they're doing with him now.
You go.
Yeah,
it makes 2 of us.
Unlike 6 years ago when he was saying suffering succotash, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure a good guy. I seen him backstage.
That's none of my business.
I hate you so much.
Well, Salvation. Well, thank you. I appreciate this interview. We're not done with you. We want to definitely do a part 2 so we can get into
I got a lot more. Yeah, I got people I need to name and a lot more stuff that when my brain started working, I could come out with it.
Definitely. So that's why I say get your shit together because you will be back on another podcast, for a part 2.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
No, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere because we got some other shit to talk about. So, all right, everyone. All right, so let's talk a little bit about WWE Raw this past week. Guess what? I don't know what to report because I didn't watch it.
Oh, I did. I don't ever watch Monday Night Raw anymore. I can't watch it.
We're just gonna call it Raw. There is no Monday night. It's just straight out LED Raw.
That's it. I watch only certain segments on YouTube of wrestling now. I watch a lot of old stuff. Honestly, a lot of AEW Dark. Basically,
we might as well say Thunderdome Raw. That's basically what it is. Until July, end of July.
Yeah.
The only notable thing I can give you guys is that Kofi Kingston beat. Randy Orton and
Bobby Lashley in the same night. This is the same thing you're going to say that Chris. This is the same thing you're going to say that Chris Jericho beat Stone Cold and The Rock in the same night.
True.
There is no comparison to that.
But let's kind of talk about this because
that's good.
Like I said, it's like your show is so trash. I don't even know what the fuck happened on Raw. And you know what I'm saying? And my co-host brings it up, So, okay, so let's talk about this. Let's kind of play with this a little bit.
I agree, though.
Kofi's not Chris Jericho. Bobby Lashley's not Stone Cold nor The Rock.
I get it.
Is Randy Orton.
Okay? I get it. But let's start with the idea that he's getting pushed.
Shit on everything.
I know. But let's kind of flirt with the idea that he's getting pushed. Now, where do you think this is going to go? Because he did beat like 2 main eventers all in one night.
Beating him to Bobby Lashley.
No, they're not feeding him the Bobby Lashley.
Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise.
Why aren't
To the full.
Well, this is what I see. This is what I see. I pay a lot of attention.
The booker, right?
To no, I'm not a booker. It's just I'm just. This is what I see, and this is what I pay attention to. I love the behind the scenes stuff. I'm always on YouTube and I'm always constantly listening to interviews. I like, for the first time ever, I heard Randy Orton out of character in an interview. Me personally, as a wrestling fan, I like shit like that. I like to know Randy Orton as the person on top of Randy Orton, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley. I'm gonna just let the cat out of the bag. It's not a secret, but Bobby Lashley is an African American wrestler in a white dominant sport, and he is at the top level right now. And
that's great.
Anybody that I see that is African American, one thing that they do that most white people that I know don't do is they take care of their own. Bobby Lashley wants to put, and this is just me just seeing this. Bobby Lashley wants to put Kofi in that spotlight. Now, does it mean that he's going to give the title to him and drop it? Probably not. No, but then we may not know that either. But let's be honest. What are we talking about tonight? Kofi Kingston beating Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton in the same match.
But does anybody care?
I do.
That's a good question.
In the next month, does anybody care about Kofi Kingston going into Hell in a Cell?
Depends on what they do with it
and why.
It depends on what they do.
This is all up to Vince and booking. Right now, Kofi is in a good spot. Now it's up to them to keep him in that good spot, ride that wave, or just say fuck it like they do all the time.
Is that why he's being promoted in the Cricket Wireless commercial for stepping on pancakes and going in a helicopter?
Everybody.
Now he's getting pushed.
Here's the thing, and I actually kind of agree with USA on this one, because like number one, Kofi Kingston, his WWE title reign was mediocre at best. Okay. No. It's a whole bunch of factors in this. Number one, booking. Number two, presentation. Number three, presentation. Like and all of this comes shit, down to. That's what I'm saying. And like the last person to have the final say is Vince. Exactly. Vince was the one that was responsible for squashing Kofi in 9 fucking seconds. So now let's go to Kid USA's comment. Should we care? No.
Until the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Touche. Until the Royal Rumble. Hey, you know,
honestly, like that's the only fucking time that Kofi Kingston is relevant, when he's doing some fucking monkey gymnastics or whatever.
First off, we didn't do that.
I mean, that's what I mean.
He's stepping on pancakes and he's stepping on whatever in order to get to a helicopter. We get it. You have not been eliminated. You're stepping on pancakes and the barrier, the barricade, the helicopter. You got it. That's your gimmick. That's what you're going with.
I mean, but he's not lying though. I mean, like I said, everything that the WWE does is animated. Everything got to be cartoonish. You can't sit here and say to me that you want me to take Kofi Kingston serious after he's like doing imaginary stepping on pancakes, baby. No one.
But you're saying it though.
I'm acknowledging that
there's
he
been
is
times
a
that you will go
character.
There's been times
hold on, kid. So you're gonna acknowledge the fuckery with Kofi Kingston, but you won't acknowledge the tribal chief himself on Friday Night SmackDown?
You know what? Right now, we're not going to talk about your boyfriend right now, okay? We're not going to talk about him. We'll talk about him on SmackDown, because I got
on Smack. I'm gonna put him in the ring with Russian Bear.
SmackDown in a minute, because yes, I need to talk to you. Yes, I need to talk
tribal
to you.
Chief.
Yeah, but I don't know about anyone else though. But I mean, it was a good win. It was a really good win for Kofi Kingston.
I thought it was.
So would you rather Kofi fight Lashley, or would you rather him just be shaking his ass or doing something with Sheamus
back in catering?
Oh, so you really just over it. You don't care.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm totally over it.
You
Like,
know what? I'll say this. I'm like, let's go get him against Apollo Crews.
wrong show,
so mid-level.
Wrong
sorry,
show,
my
bro.
bad. Sorry, my bad.
So that's what I said. Sheamus.
He does that twice a show. Y'all been realizing that, right?
Yeah, I get him on the wrong show because I'm used to seeing him on SmackDown.
Kid will fantasy book 2 competitors on the opposite show.
Because I'm used to seeing him on SmackDown. I'm used to seeing him on SmackDown. Don't hate on that.
No, I'm not hating.
We're
I hope they don't do. Kevin is saying they're really just setting up for Drew versus Lashley 3.
That's exactly what
I don't want to see that.
Oh my god!
I like Drew, but
2, 3, and then
nobody gets all that talent in the back, but they're not using everybody.
They're not. Yeah,
just there's so much competitors back there to where we never needed to see Drew versus Lashley too.
We shouldn't have really. That should have went off into the sunset, in my opinion. Maybe come back up later on in the future at some point for some reason.
Exactly.
Right.
It just didn't make sense to me to keep going. Like if I would, but that's everywhere. Like I've been booked in some matches. To me, if I'm supposed to lose a certain way to a certain person or take some moves, there's some people, man, I'm like that don't really make sense because they would have to figure out some other kind of way to cheat to beat me because it's just the size and just
don't make sense.
It didn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
But you do what the booker wants you to do, and if you're not happy, you don't have to come back or whatever. And WWE is a little different because they're under contracts and whatnot.
But you know what? But see, here is my problem with that. Is that I've said this on countless shows. If you have an issue, why are you still there? Exactly. Why do you need to go on social media and bitch, and then 2 days later
sign a
you are having another contract?
Mm-hmm. Chris has said that.
That's right. They got somewhere else to go now.
Kofi's not going to make that Kofi money in AEW.
That's the other thing.
But Kofi hasn't been complaining on
the videos.
He what?
He will get shine though.
I said, but Kofi
Kingston will not be doing that animated booty shaking and all the other bullshit over in AEW. He wouldn't be doing that.
I believe.
I don't know. They got Miro playing arcade games. I don't know, bro.
They will acknowledge your TNT champion, okay?
Well, he's going to be
stuff too.
He's going to be the TBS Superstation champion when they move to TBS.
TBS Superstation.
I hope not. I saw that belt. I saw that belt.
You saw?
Somebody photoshopped the TBS logo.
For real.
And like what Corey just said, it's really, when it concerning the wrestlers, it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. Booker T is on that
bullshit. The $1 Million Man, I always said, everybody has a price. And it's not just a gimmick.
Nope. That's for real.
Y'all heard about the Lucha House Party, right? Because what was it? Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. They're like, hey, we're cool being on main event if you want to job us out. Kalisto's pissed. Go ahead and let him.
Fired him.
Yeah, they fired him.
I was about to say Kalisto got cut.
You're like, he don't speak for all of us.
He's gonna have matches with Ray Phoenix and Pentagon.
Yeah.
So that boy talking shit. Hey,
that is true. A lot of them just want that. A lot of them cool with that money.
Yeah.
John Morrison. Look at John Morrison.
Which is fine.
John Morrison.
Reset. Everybody's got a price.
John Morrison is basically a glorified
Johnny Drip Drip over there, Mr. Moist.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Did you get your check?
Mickey James go. I was like Mickey James.
Mickey James, she was a favorite.
Yeah, she a future Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they gave her a trash bag.
They got rid of her. They got rid of her just to bring some hoe back.
It was a trash bag in a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
So the next item, everyone, is Impact review. We're going to just talk about the things that's relevant. So Moose had a confrontation with Kenny Omega. I'm not gonna lie, like I think it was interesting. It really was. I like how Moose said that. Look, I'm not Rick Swan. Like I'll whoop your ass right now. I'm just like, okay, all right.
All right.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Rick Swan in that whole situation looked like a bona fide pussy. Like for real. They made him look so weak. And and like I have seen Rick Swan. I'm just being real.
They did him dirty.
Rick Swan is really good in the ring. I will give him that much.
Yeah. Not in WWE, he's not.
No. Oh, hell no. No, I'm talking about Impact version. You know what I'm saying? It just really messed up that, an African American is being treated like Kofi, but just in a different company, in a different format.
And Apollo Crews and Big E and Moose.
Not yet. They haven't been screwed yet, unlike Kofi
Kingston.
Because Kenny didn't cheat to beat him. He straight up clean, one wing angel, boom, done.
Yeah,
I can see if he low blowed him or cheated, but he straight up beat him.
Yeah. So I guess we can go on to the next one because no one just.
I think Rhino. I think the other one was Rhino and somebody else won the tag titles over there.
I really haven't been keeping up with that. Then
it was Eric Young. I try to read the news throughout the week.
I think it was Eric Young and Rhino.
It's Violence by Design or something like that. I think that's their team name. But yeah.
Damn.
All right, so the next item is WWE NXT review. Anything?
I didn't get to watch it. It more than likely is probably something.
But I think was it this week that Bronson Reed won the North American Championship?
Yes.
I try to keep up.
That was a big win for him, but that was a big win for him. But what does that mean for Johnny Gargano, Mr. Johnny Wrestling? Nothing.
Monday Night Raw.
Is he going to the main roster? No.
I don't think they're gonna ever take him to the main.
No,
it's not gonna be like Tommaso Ciampa. You're not sending me to the main roster. If you do, I quit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's gotten so bad. When you go to the main roster, you're gonna be like Keith Lee. Keith Lee, came on there, titties out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just what the fuck? What's good? Then, Vince McMahon talk about, no, I don't like that shit.
Put over the chocolate titties.
Get that clown.
He did that all throughout NXT.
He had that brown hair powder line. He started sweating out his forehead. Come on, we didn't see that. Don't act like you didn't see it.
Right.
And
that
was something else.
And then all of a sudden,
and
then all of a sudden, we getting all of these excuses. He had COVID. He's banging his girlfriend. Now he broke a leg or some shit. It's they're coming up with all these 1,001 excuses. Then we hear another tweet about Keith Lee wondering if he gonna even wrestle. So I already know there's some bullshit that's going on beyond the
tweeted May 22nd, 2021. Keith Lee, what's next?
AEW.
Hold on.
Damn.
Just so I'm quoting.
I should have pulled this shit up.
No, I got it right here in my photo stream, buddy. It's not a big deal.
You go to AEW, he'll be called K Lee.
He goes, good question. Unfortunately, only time will tell, my friend.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty fucking sad.
He waiting for that contract to end.
Keith Lee.
You mean Ricochet trying to get his contract ended? But he's throwing shade on Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
But but then again, everyone, this could be a throw off because the same thing could be said about Aleister Black.
True.
Because Aleister Black showed up on.
But he's keeping it real though. Did you not notice his eye?
He's keeping kayfabe alive with that little contact. If y'all remember when not Alistair, when
Buddy
Seth
Murphy.
Rollins Buddy shoved his eye in the fucking step, and then he had it covered up for a bit. He went on a hiatus. His wife got fired. Blah blah blah. Fast forward to last Monday night. He's got the little contact that Kane used to wear.
Any better?
And I'm like, look at him keeping kayfabe alive.
Hold on.
Try to say something real quick.
Go to private chat real quick. I'm about to message you. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm gonna talk to.
But yeah, no, I like that because he's keeping kayfabe alive. Another thing that I'm a huge fan of kayfabe. You know what I'm saying? Mark Calloway, Undertaker was probably the best. This generation, to me, the person that's keeping kayfabe alive gotta go to MJF. When he flipped off that kid, he flipped that kid off. Look, as a father, I was like, damn, But as a fan, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
True.
So, but yeah, no. Hopefully, Miss 2.0. Stop being so damn disrespectful.
Don't do that because you know that MJF
he is way better than
I'm sorry,
Miz.
MJF
way better
for the Miz.
He'll mop the floor with the Miz in a promo, dude.
In a
right.
promo,
And unlike MJF, he didn't get eaten by some damn zombies.
Oh yeah, that was a whole nother.
Turns out that was for Army of what was it?
Army of the Dead.
I watched that movie.
Bro,
gave it a 6.
But bro,
I don't give a damn, dude. I'm watching wrestling, not Walking
to do
Dead.
with the damn storyline.
It was for Batista.
Fuck
but still, leave it on the fucking commercial. No one gives a fuck about no damn nigga in skinny jeans.
You do.
I'm watching professional wrestling, not The Walking Dead.
Thank you.
Exactly. They could do that for
AMC. Y'all should have promoted AMC with The Walking Dead with Army of the Dead.
Next,
you don't put that shit on WWE. I don't give a fuck if The Rock was playing in a zombie movie. You don't fucking put that shit in my wrestling ring.
I know, right? And then the crazy part about it
on some sand in an island with some tiki torches, right?
Go fuck it. You're just mad because you didn't come up with that idea. That's a hell of a good idea.
So I just want to kind of add what you didn't want zombies. Okay. So I want to add on what I'm about to say zombie. I'm sorry. What Nappy just said. So the New York Post never posts anything about WWE or anything wrestling related.
Damn.
This is how you know that they fucked up. They said that this got to be the saddest day in the WWE for this bullshit. Like
they really did post that.
I'm sitting up here and I'm just like,
that's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm like, hey, dude, like,
they had to say something.
but you know what? Salvation. The problem is that you're not supposed to hear that from New York Times. They don't talk about wrestling at all.
Never.
So I'm like, this should be this should be like a
yeah.
Don't do that bullshit no more.
That's like you act like it's in Forbes magazine.
That would be a whole nother. They still making
that's
a lot of money.
That's a whole different.
New York Times is still a big deal.
New York Times is a big deal. So is the Washington Post and the Freelance Star, but we're not hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm concerned about is my question.
Come on now, Fortune 500.
My number one question a week later has still yet to be answered. If the Blood and Guts match with the Pinnacle and Inner Circle set the business back 30 years according to the WWE, what the fuck was that zombie? How many years did it set the business back with that zombie bullshit?
Yeah,
38 years.
Nobody has yet to answer my question.
And then on top of that, too, Nappy, how long? I think John Morrison got 8 too. Was he on Raw this past week?
Yeah, he lost.
I think so.
If you would got eaten by zombies, wouldn't you not be at least play along if that's what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I thought it was dude that got eaten by zombies, not Miz.
They both got eaten because Morrison was on the other side of the barricade and he went to go to help Miz, but he got dragged back down.
My whole thing is, no shade at all. But my whole thing is, how in the fuck did Miz pride himself for not being injured, for being safe, but yet you get injured by being eaten by zombies. Now you shouldn't blame. Now I can't blame Miz for that. I will have to blame Vince for that bullshit.
Yeah, but that wasn't one of the best ones there. Damn.
Yeah.
All I could say is just don't talk shit. Like, because the only thing, when I think of the Miz, when I think of the Miz and his current injury, his ACL injury, I think of the time where he was gloating about never being injured towards Daniel Bryan.
Right.
So full circle, look what happened.
That's why you don't talk about injuries. That's karma.
It
always comes back around.
Karma.
I think the only other notable things, Chris, was $1 Million Man showed up and did something with Cameron Grimes, and that was really about it, man. Ciampa lost. Ciampa really fell off.
He's not going to the main roster.
Yeah.
You're good
might
now.
be almost done.
Yeah. That's all I took from NXT.
I just pray he does not go to the main roster.
He's not going to. He already said he was going to quit if he goes to the main roster.
He should.
NXT.
Yeah. Because, like, honestly, like, there's no. I mean, like, look, I know all of the WWE, like, fanboys and fangirls and will say, oh, well, you're making so much money and all this bullshit. No, at the end of the day, they're making billions and trillions of dollars, but yet your product is trash.
But do you think
they always say that your presentation counts?
It matters.
Your presentation sucks. And it's fucked up that the New York Post have to say that this is like one of the saddest days in your company because you needed to, I guess, promote a movie, and the person that was in the fucking movie is an ex-WWE star that didn't even want to see that shit.
Damn, that's bad.
Like my grandmother used to always say, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. So they're running their mouth about AEW, and look what happened. Not even a week later. So sometimes just mind your own business. You know, it works the best.
Period.
But this is like the third or fourth time that, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. This is the third or fourth time that WWE has opened their mouth first. And AEW made them look like a bunch of fucking idiots.
Bro, like,
when are they going to learn?
Not understand,
but that's your show. That's your product right there.
What's my product?
SmackDown and Raw and WWE in general.
We
Tribal Chief.
We can't get to SmackDown fast enough, but okay. Let's talk
AEW.
Let's talk about AEW.
Hold on.
About AEW.
He opened the can of worms. Hold on. AEW is my product. Roman Reigns is my tribal chief. Two different things, brother.
What he just did?
Two different things.
He is getting you all the time.
Getting you moist.
All the time.
Getting you hype.
You bought his t-shirts. He's getting you into his character. You bought
That's
into
the Superman punch. Getting ready.
And then you go.
I just hope while you doing all this that you don't shoot your eye out.
Oh,
I'm good.
Super moist.
Man says super moist.
But what I'm thinking though is right now, okay. Damn, I got him good, didn't I?
You every episode you break them every episode.
I'm sorry, I really
break Christmas character every episode.
You break Chris every episode.
No, it's just the Christmas story shit just came out like out of nowhere and shit. Don't shoot your eye out. Don't shoot your eye out. I'm serious. Like just don't do that, bro. Like,
I mean,
okay.
Best Christmas
he
movie
recognizes
ever,
him as his tribal chief. Not mine. Well, what I'm thinking is okay. Do we remember the mid 90s, 95, 96, 7 when WWE, WWF was the same thing? It was very cartoony. They had all these gimmicks, and it was not interesting whatsoever.
That's why I stopped watching it.
And that's when a lot of people stop watching. Next thing you know, you have the NWO and DX and Stone Cold and The Rock and all that. And they changed everything because it was a big, you had you got detention for doing this. All right,
yeah,
Chris, you know what I'm talking about. We got detention for this, okay? We got all that. Gang signs and crotch chops and detention on a Saturday morning.
All right. This is a wolf.
This is no where I come from, this is gang signs, okay? So anyway, what I'm saying
this is a
what I'm saying is that don't you think from a certain point in time of what we're dealing with right now, don't you think it's going to come full circle that something eventually in any point in time in the next maybe, I don't know, 5 years or so, because now we're dealing with a lot of crap. Yeah, don't you think something's going to happen? Like kind of like, remember when NXT took over Monday Night Raw and they demolished that? It was like it was like one hell of a night, and we thought something was going to come out of
Nexus.
Yeah,
NXT, Nexus, all that, right?
Yeah, DX rolled down back in the day to the arena to actually invade it. They ain't let them in, stuff like that.
But don't you think in the next maybe year, 2 years, once we actually get the fans back in the arenas, don't you think that something is going to happen that they're not going to give a crap anymore, and that
it needs to.
Something is be like, you know what? We're going to amplify their gimmicks and their character and just let them be them and do their thing. And because, in my opinion, I think AEW is eventually going to go to Monday nights.
It's going like I think
against Monday Night Raw.
The trend right now with AEW, the only reason why they are not the hottest fucking company right now,
that's right, Reese,
is because of fucking COVID. That was the problem.
So they're using COVID as an excuse.
No, exactly. Like I wouldn't say using it as an excuse. This is just reality.
They're not using it as an excuse at all.
This was just because
this is a legitimate pandemic.
Fans
issue. Right, it's a legitimate
people. People have to realize. I mentioned this when I think I mentioned this like a few months back. I don't know if a lot of people realize AEW has had more shows without fans than they have with fans. That's how new they
said.
That's
very, very true.
You know, when they started off, they had big crowds.
Right. And I want people to realize, look at the numbers they're doing.
Yeah.
Granted, when NXT and them were going head to head, it was still
fair point.
And then look what happened. NXT left, AEW.
Who's watching? Who's watching
without fans?
But who's watching
still
AEW Dynamite on TBS against Monday Night Raw?
They're opening up. They're opening up very, very soon.
Yes.
And watch what these numbers do.
Yeah,
I'm predicting a 1.8 every fucking week.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I so could be wrong.
1.5.
Because see, here's
I'm going with 3 less than what he said over there. We're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas for that.
The fans play a volatile, like they play a pinpoint, like they are basically what makes AEW. That's why I had to go to see AEW in Las Vegas.
Right. That's why I have my ticket
so fucking
New Orleans.
I got so fucking hooked. Like I said, no, I'm staying here. I'm staying here. Now, once the crowds come back, WWE has no excuses no more. They had no excuses before, but now we're coming out of the pandemic ever so slowly. They're not going to have any excuses. Oh, don't get me wrong. They're going to have all the crowds. They're going to have all of the glamour, the glitz, and all this other bullshit. But guess
WWE.
what? The only thing that's not going to change is WWE's presentation of being cartoonish.
We're in remission, y'all.
That's right.
That shit.
The remission era.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's his boy. Okay. All right.
That's your boy. Doing? We're in remission, y'all. Post COVID.
Yeah.
But whatever. Oh yeah. So AEW is going to start traveling, or AEW and WWE is going to start traveling, I believe, in July, if I'm not mistaken. So tickets are going fast, especially in Dallas, New Orleans. Yeah. Like all of this shit right now is you need to get your tickets.
Get your tickets, boy.
You got your ticket, Nappy?
No, because his tribal chief isn't going to be there.
He got it.
I just told you. I had to go in my email. January 12th.
He's my tribal chief. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now,
wait.
He's my tribal chief.
Oh wait, I got one thing left for you, Chris.
Okay. January 12th, 2022. It was supposed to be, because it's a rescheduled show. They were supposed to come here December 2nd, 2020. But I'll be in there, 4th row, hard camera.
Did you just go 4th row?
I'm drunk. I'm not gonna lie.
4th row.
I'm not
4th row, hard camera.
I'm gonna keep it like my boy Mel Walker, if he's watching the Workhorse, says. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm drunk.
Wow.
But let me say something real quick. Can I say something real quick, please?
Yes.
I wanna piggyback off of what he said and say that
Salvation.
You.
Salvation.
Okay.
And say that I can only hope that's what we're gonna see, because just like Kid said, if you go back in history and watch all the different eras, right before an era popped off, it was a hiccup, a big hiccup. Granted, this is probably the biggest hiccup in the history of WWE. Like big, but if you also notice a trend in, I keep up to date with a lot of like fashion and shit. You see a lot of old shit from the 90s coming back.
So NWO
Big
and
time.
DX is coming back.
So
time?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I feel like, so I watch on FX, I watch that spin-off to Sons of Anarchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a TV televised show. This isn't like HBO. This isn't like this is on cable. You can go in New Orleans, channel 26, FX, and they're literally dropping motherfucker and shit. Like they're saying motherfucker this, motherfucker that. No bleep or no like. Come on, man. I feel like if FX can give it, no, it's at like, all right, you know what? Maybe you're right. I think it's at like 8:00. But I mean, that's still kind of early. My kid's still up at 8:00 during school.
WWE will overuse that word over and over again.
No, so I'm saying that to say that
shit right there.
Maybe they could do some more edgy shit like they now. Granted, we're not gonna get fucking what we got back then, and I'm well aware of that. But we can get just a scratch of it, just a little bit of the surface of that. That's all I'm saying.
So with AEW, Z want to.
Well, I mean, you know, this is my favorite part.
Oh, with the rankings again.
We got the ranking system.
Oh, jeez, here we go again.
Hold on, let me
Not another episode of AEW ranking systems.
Well, I got you.
Hold on. Let me this. There we go. Okay.
The cleaner himself.
An orange squeeze is
I'm zooming.
Yeah, you
has no title.
We got Orange Cassidy at 8-1. Pac
all this shade.
Pac jumped 3 people that have better records than him, and he's second at 5-0.
The thing is, what's with all the ones?
They got ties, or must be a disqualification or something like that. I'm assuming.
Trash.
No, they gotta be. Yeah, they gotta be losses.
That means neither one of them wanted to lose that night.
Yeah, if it goes by like football, it'll be like the wins, losses, and ties.
Oh man, that means Washington football team would be in the playoffs.
Oh,
so I guess my question is like, why is Nero the number 1 contender?
He has a title.
No, Nia, he's the champion right here. Your champions are right here.
He's the TNT TBS champion.
Yeah,
TBS champion.
I mean, eventually, once they go to TBS, it's going to be called the television champion.
So the only thing I get confused with AEW is how do they? So we assume that Orange Cassidy is the number 1 contender for Kenny Omega. So who is the number 1 contender for Miro? Is it based off these same rankings?
That's a good question.
Good question.
Like even though it's a mid-card title, so would Pac be the?
So this is what I would do.
Why is he even still relevant? That's the thing. I don't. Pac, whatever.
Pac has always been
disrespectful.
Yeah, good word.
Disrespectful.
Since
Pac
when?
know how to wrestle. I love Pac.
I do too.
Granted, but the last thing he had any type of hype with was when he broke his ankle with Chris Jericho.
I don't remember that.
Wow.
You don't remember him doing that?
Wow.
No, I don't remember that.
So that was the last time this man was relevant, when he broke his fucking ankle, kid.
I said
that,
to me.
That what you're saying? To you?
To me.
Wow. So people breaking bones.
If you come down the aisleway.
Hold on. I'm trying to become relevant in kids' eyes real quick. Give me a second, y'all.
Yeah, tap into that Krabby Patty that you're about to eat.
I don't have any Krabby
Back to what I was saying after 3 boring seconds. What I was trying to say is that Pac, what is there interesting about him?
What's not
interesting about him?
The fucking
you don't have to go. The thing about it is he reminds me of Chris Benoit. If we're gonna talk,
so he reminds you of Chris Benoit.
No, let me make this point, because the same thing was said about Chris Benoit. They said that nothing was interesting about Chris Benoit, but once he is in that ring, he's gonna whoop your ass. That's how Pac is.
Granted, but why is he not giving the title shot that he deserves?
Well, because he's dead. Wait, are we talking about Pac? Wait, no, we're talking about Pac or Ben. We're talking about Pac, right?
We're talking about Pac.
Okay.
And his gimmick is the bastard. Why would you want to call yourself that on live TV? And yet you wonder why?
Because he is a fucking bastard.
Granted, off of Lord of the Rings. But the thing is why is he not getting a title shot? He's got the stature, he's got the look, he's got the talent. Why is he not being pushed?
I think he's part of the triple threat match though with Kenny, right? With Kenny Orange.
But will he win the title? When is he going to be his title?
It doesn't matter, bro. Like the thing about it is you are so focused on him winning a title. You should be concerned about the storyline. They trying to, just like in WCC Brawl. It does not matter about you.
You're talking about Brawl right now.
That's what I'm saying.
It does not matter leading up to a title win.
Okay, but bro, you are so worried about the title.
Not everything's about the title.
About the story.
Nah.
That's what I'm concerned about.
And
I don't give a shit because you can win a title and still be irrelevant. Look at Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston was champion. Hold on. Kofi Kingston was champion for 6 fucking months. When he lost it, he became irrelevant. Now, almost a year later, now he beat 2 like main eventers all in one night. We still don't give a fuck.
All right, Darby Allin,
by the way.
Darby Allin. He lost it while he was on top.
Okay.
Darby Allin.
Darby Allin is still over.
What's that?
He's still over.
Yeah,
Darby is still over.
Can't hear you. What's that?
Darby is still over.
He doesn't need a title.
You wanted him to hold that title forever?
No.
So then what's wrong with him losing the title and giving it to Miro and giving Miro the rub?
The thing is what I'm saying is why does he even need a title to begin with? But they gave him the TNT title, right?
Because he was the fucking hottest.
So it's not all about titles. He's a character that doesn't need a title. So
they gave him a title because he was a workhorse.
I understand it, but his title meant nothing. There was nothing.
Not exactly.
Behind that.
I wouldn't say that.
No. There was nothing behind that.
Some of his reign, his title reign.
His title reign.
When do you watch AEW?
When?
Yeah, when?
I don't know, like 2 weeks ago.
Like what day? No. Like what day does AEW come on?
Wednesday nights.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure we're watching the same shit because it seems like we're watching WWE.
I'm trying to figure out why you throwing all this shade on Darby, dude. Because Darby has been hot for the past 2 years.
I'm trying to make sure we're still watching the same AEW because
we are. My whole thing is your shade. I'm trying to figure out where's this all coming from. Yeah, you saying that Darby is not hot? Did you not?
I did not say that. I didn't say that.
So then, what did you say?
I'm saying, what was the point of putting the title on him because he is hot?
Give him the rub.
Okay, so what is
he got the rub? He got the rub, and he gave it just like any good fucking performer would do. You get the rub, you get the shine, and then guess what you do? You give it to somebody else.
Exactly.
Okay, and then what?
Why does there always have to be a then what?
Because where do you go? But the problem is
up with Sting.
You're up here. No, you're not hearing me. You're up here, and you have the title. You had the matches with Sting. You had all this up to here. You're Sting's little, whatever son. Okay, the title is gone. It is on Miro now. The attention is on Miro.
Darby.
It drops
Darby's level.
It drops Darby down to about right here. Okay.
I don't agree with that.
I want to. That's what I say. I disagree because, number one, right now you saying by him losing that title, he's stagnant. I wouldn't say that because he got so many different directions. Right now, he's in a rivalry. Right now, motherfuckers threw him down the fucking steps. The last thing I would do,
Foley down the steps, and look what happened to him.
The last thing I will be doing
is on the
fucking title after somebody just threw me down the fucking steps.
Okay, so what you're telling me is the tribal chief, and I'm going to a different company for a second, is that he loses the Universal title while on top as the tribal chief, head of the table, whatever. That he's still going to be relevant. He's still going to be whatever. He's still going to fight for the title. That he's automatically exactly. Where is Darby Allin going to be in?
But you can't. That's not fair. You can't.
Why is that not fair?
Because you are talking about two different people in two different situations.
But Darby Allin is white hot though.
That's no.
Just
no.
Godfight of Stage.
You can't do that.
And Roman Reigns is still Universal Champion.
Now that we're back to where we're at,
okay,
I'm telling you, his little tribal chief over here stops getting this. Okay, where's he going to be at after that? No,
we gotta see. I don't know. I'm not a booker. I don't know. I'm not a booker for WWE.
You're
but
not.
I can say this though. No, I'm not. Fuck
Tribal Chief Island.
I probably get their fucking views way the fuck up. I mean, anyway.
I mean, he's not wrong.
But I mean, you can come up with as many ideas you want, but when you go to like this to Vince, you're gonna like, nah.
We gotta see who he's losing to, who he's gonna lose to, and then we just like I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, so I don't know what would be next. All I know is what's next is my tribal chief is still Universal Champion, and it's got a lot of motherfuckers mad.
Then what about Cesaro?
That's good.
Why isn't Cesaro getting it? What's wrong with him?
He just got the biggest fucking run in his 10-year career in WWE. He lost.
That was it.
Was still over.
By who? LED Best Buy screens?
Hold on.
Well, bro, you gotta understand, right?
Everybody watching this podcast right now, everybody that's going to watch it in the future, that's how you make a talent lose and still make him relevant and still put him over. He had a fight for his fucking life, and look how he lost.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Cesaro is in a great position.
Salvation, what you think about all of this?
I totally agree with what he did with
wins and losses.
What happened when we dropped the straps?
Man, that was a bunch of bull.
Thank you.
That was very bad.
We were on top.
Bad booking.
What about our
just got the straps?
We just got them.
It would have been better for us to have a build up at least if we were going to lose them at some point.
Or at least
really, we just got them. Yeah, we got them.
But the thing about it is, like, Kid is focusing on straps. I'm focusing on the story, the build.
You don't like any of the storylines. That's the problem.
You don't like the storylines for AEW.
What's a good current storyline that you?
What's the storyline that you like, Kid? That's right. That's going on right now in any company.
In any company.
I don't understand them all because there's so many of them going on at the same time. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
That could be a problem too, really.
The only thing that I'm seeing
is a little bit of overload.
There's such an overload of storylines between 3 different shows. I'm trying to keep up, and I'm going to write down for 1, 2, 3. I'm not watching Impact, so it's 3.
I'll never watch that. Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing that I will honestly say about AEW, they do their storylines is congested. It's just
with all those factions,
right? With the factions, and then you got your side pass and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see where Kid going with that. Now going back to Cesaro, matter of fact, let's talk. Bring up SmackDown. So with Cesaro's telling the storyline, and it's a great story.
I give him props on
once he comes back. He is going to be that type of person where he is not going to give up. He is still going to go after the Universal Championship. And I will tell you this: at SummerSlam, that is going to be your next champion.
Who? No, it's not.
Cesaro.
Don't.
Hey, I'm clipping it. I'm gonna clip it.
I would say that because more than anything, Cesaro needs that push.
He needs it.
And then what? He's going to lose it, and then what?
Now, you were talking about how Darby needed that rub, right? You said he needed that rub when he was going to that TNT Championship. What is the difference between Darby Allin and Cesaro?
Talent.
So, not necessarily.
He doesn't ride a skateboard.
The story.
He's not part of Jackass. I don't know
that they can tell with Roman Reigns. Okay. Let me say this before I give y'all my personal what I would like to see. This isn't coming from a Roman Reigns fan. This is coming from a wrestling fan. Can't, baby. This is coming from a Roman my dog just messed me. This is coming from a wrestling fan. The smartest thing for them to do. Brock Lesnar isn't coming back to WWE no time soon. No. Who's the longest reigning Universal Champion to this day?
Kevin Owens. Is it Kevin Owens?
No. That's Brock.
Kevin Owens had it for a while.
I think Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
What happens every single time that Vince finds out that the current the last champion who was the longest reigning champion isn't returning? The next person that grabs that title is gonna hold on to it to beat the ranking. Look what they did with AJ Lee when she left. Look what they did with CM Punk when he left. Look what they did to the freaking list is endless.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding it. I strongly believe, and I could completely be wrong.
You are.
Absolutely can be completely wrong. He's holding, and this is a long shot, but this would make all the sense in the world. He's holding on to that Universal Championship until WrestleMania in Hollywood.
I wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
Against the
I wouldn't do that.
That's a gamble.
I wouldn't
That's
do
a long
that.
way up.
I would not do
make
that.
sense.
But see, here's the thing. You need to have a plan B. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket and then thinking that The Rock is going to come back. Because we don't know what's going to happen. We might have another pandemic next year.
But what did I say?
What, COVID-20?
When this pandemic first popped off and this tribal chief thing first popped off, I said The Rock is not going to come back to a fanless WrestleMania.
I agree.
There's going to be fans come July.
We also don't know what Rock got on his plate either. He's going to do what's in the best interest for The Rock.
He's got Black Adam and Jungle to Jungle.
This is true.
Exactly.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So while you are waiting for The Rock, you need to be building your stars.
Thank you.
Like you have been, you should be doing for the past 10 fucking years.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why the WWE is so fucking stagnant. You are putting all your eggs in one basket, which is Roman Reigns. Who gives a fuck about Roman Reigns having a title because Vince McMahon is so moist over a nigga that he been trying to get over for the past 8 fucking years?
Right there. That's his number one fan right here.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's who gives a fuck. That's
I'm
who.
not gonna lie.
Okay.
This is what I'm waiting for. Look, am I a fan of the current Roman Reigns?
Yes.
It ain't no fucking secret. Absolutely. I dropped money
clearly not.
To buy his shirts. Okay. So clearly
all
I'm
of them.
Fan. Not all of them. I didn't buy
them.
that fucking stack them, fucking slap
Stack them, pin them.
No.
But you wanted it.
Right. No, I don't.
You said right.
He wants to cut it into one of these t-shirts.
No.
He wanted.
There's one thing. There's one thing that I'm so currently waiting for, because again, they did this very smoothly, and I gotta give Vince and WWE their props. They made Roman heel when nobody can voice their opinion at the shows.
It's
smart.
It's
smart. They shouldn't. No, they shouldn't have.
So he's getting Roman sucks in front of LED Best Buy screens, and now he's gonna, just to get him over.
Just pump him in.
Mute his mic. So what I'm looking forward to, the number one thing I'm looking forward to, is the reaction when he comes out to a full capacity crowd.
They're gonna cheer him.
Okay.
We're at a full capacity crowd in July.
That shade down there.
That moment is gonna really show all of these months if he really is the tribal chief or not.
So as soon as this music hits, you're gonna be like, who fuck is this guy?
Right.
Final boss, the Final Fantasy, and he just comes out.
Oh, this motherfucker.
But I got a question for y'all. Do y'all want to see another Roman Reigns main event at WrestleMania? Because this is what Nappy's talking about.
No,
they'll do it.
I would.
This is what 7.
If it makes sense.
Yeah.
If it makes sense.
7 main events.
He might hold.
So what is he supposed to be? Hulk Hogan?
Dude,
Damn, you know what?
If it's all about story. A true wrestling fan. It doesn't matter how many times somebody wrestles somebody. The reason why we shit on the Drew McIntyre, Lashley possibly going 3 times, there's no story there. There's nothing there. There's no build. There was no build. If you build Roman and Cesaro 15 times and it makes sense, I guarantee he will never bitch at it.
What right here? What Corey is saying right here? Aren't they building for The Rock? Do you not notice that there's a family storyline going on, not just between Roman and the cousins?
I know why.
The whole family itself in general,
even the ones in the Indies,
just on SmackDown alone.
Yeah.
And that's why I said Roman is coming out in tracksuits now. It's getting personal, y'all.
He's more
because what he's doing
sweatpants and a t-shirt.
He's kind of sideways. He's kind of sideways.
Not Roman Reigns.
Not with the Rock War. He had a zip up hoodie and one of those peel off pants.
But what he's doing is that's what he's doing.
He had the pants with the buttons on the side. He ripped that off like he's coming into an NBA game.
We got a YouTube comment.
Oh yeah. What's up, Chris? Or what's up, Simply Deep 1985?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
You got Prince on a picture there.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring up since we're talking about The Rock and
do we really need to see The Rock though?
We really don't.
Just to finish the storyline.
If it makes sense,
storyline wise, it makes sense.
It's not even WrestleMania is not even going to be in LA anyway. It's gonna be. Isn't it supposed to be in Texas?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in Texas and Dallas.
I just don't want to see another Roman Reigns main event.
Hence why all the shows that are coming back in July are in Texas.
Been there, done
restrictions.
Yeah.
Notice that, huh?
Well, on top of that, but they're also
lifting their restrictions.
But they're also they're lifting the restrictions. But it also is WrestleMania is next year in Texas.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about this comment once it comes up.
Paul Heyman, boy, he's starting to lose his shit.
He's just a hype man. He was in.
He
character.
is the hype man. He's looking at him like this.
He was in character.
Nobody can see me right now, but what I'm saying with my facial features is he's looking at him like he's a god.
The thing about it is that you got to be very careful how you word that. Yes, be very, very careful because you cannot say that he is bigger than The Rock in the box office because right now The Rock is literally untouched.
You left WWE because you said you had leukemia, and my finger quotes can't even reach the screen here because I'm being covered by WWE right now. Shocker.
He's doing this, y'all.
Thank you. I'm doing this. The factor is that you left WWE because you have a not mental illness, a illness, but yet you come back and you say, I'm in remission, y'all. But yet there's photos of you and footage of you in one of your cousins' Fast and Furious movie.
Oops.
Whoops.
Don't get worked, guys. He's clearly in character.
No, the thing about it is in character, you got to make it make sense. Because Roman Reigns have a very trash record, for real. Number one, in order for you to get over, we need to say, "Oh, you had leukemia." Oh, then you come back, while you had leukemia, you were on a set doing movies. Then 5 minutes later, you come back and talk about I'm in remission, y'all. Now let's talk about them fucking races. Let's talk about that damn buildup. Let's talk about that. Now, SmackDown said that they want 3 million viewers per week, right? Then why the fuck they barely making it to 2 million? Now, you can't tell me that this man is a fucking draw.
They're not making it to 2 million at
all.
What
Nobody's going to be bigger than The Rock.
And that's my whole point. You can't see here. I don't give a fuck if you are in character or not. Don't sit up here and then try to boost up this motherfucker because this man needs some fucking handicap points. We're not playing Street Fighter. Okay,
don't disrespect Jean-Claude Van Damme like that.
I'm telling you, it's ESPN. They need to get the ratings up to stay where they a lot of money went into that. So to egg on The Rock, I think all that's a work. I think Heyman is trying to.
He's trying to get that where he goes, I got you.
Yes,
that's it.
Okay, he's like, oh, I'm going to say something online, and I got you.
And Rock's will probably respond.
They react. I've got you.
Yeah, Rock will say something.
Nobody cares about it. They're not going to say anything about it. But when people they feed into it, I got you.
They will start drawing attention.
Yeah, and that part, because he got a reaction out of me. Obviously, that was to
clearly
pull him away. But
that means he.
Yes. But I'm just sitting up here. I'm just like, dude, like, did you not see like how much like SmackDown is pulling in? But let's kind of clear away from what Paul Heyman said. Honestly, Roman is not a draw to me.
He's a Godzilla fan.
He just not a draw. I'm sorry, but he's just not a draw. The only draw that he does is he's drawing panties for the product. It's the only thing.
Salvation say, yeah,
because they don't have that big star no more. The Stone Cold.
No, they really don't.
There will never be
I told you,
one.
nobody, and I've said this before. Nobody is. They're never gonna let anybody be bigger than WWE ever again. No other stars can be bigger than WWE.
Nope.
Ziggy,
What you got?
Yeah.
You got a question, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If you possibly can, sometime tonight after the podcast, if it's too late, understand, maybe tomorrow. Can we put up a poll? Can we put up a poll and ask the viewers and the fans?
All right.
If you watch SmackDown, why do you watch SmackDown? And put a couple multiple choice answers and put Roman Reigns. And know what? Put Roman Reigns / Usos, because they're kind of like kin together as one of the answers, and then fill in the others. However,
are you gonna fill it with? Are you gonna fill it with?
I want to go against Chris just a tad bit.
But are you gonna fill it in with the end of it called Oos at the end of it? Oos.
That's fine. Oos.
Why do you watch?
Hear me out, Oos.
Come on, Oos. Yeah.
Hear me out, Oos. Do I disagree with Paul Heyman? Yes and no. And the reason why I gotta say yes and no is because if Heyman is saying of all time, fuck no. But to me, again, wrestling fan, why are people watching SmackDown? Roman Reigns. What are you watching SmackDown for?
There ain't nobody on
Roman Reigns.
Because there's nobody on there.
Feeling about Roman Reigns.
Champion. He's the best champion in this generation. Hands fucking down.
So Kevin just said this.
Kevin just
Man,
said it.
I was about to respond to Kevin.
Look at that.
Let me say this real quick, and then Kid can, he can come after me. The thing about this with SmackDown is centered around Roman Reigns and the Usos.
Yeah.
Granted, I agree with Nappy on that.
Usos Friday night.
But the problem is that it should be, your main cast and your supporting cast. They do not have that at all. And we're not going to sit here and say that Apollo Crews is one of them, because honestly,
I forgot about
this
him.
man.
That's your Intercontinental champ.
I mean, and you know what, Salvation? The problem is with that. This man put on a Kofi Kingston type of accent, and we still don't give a fuck. And remind you, the man is a Intercontinental champion. The only reason that we care is because, I don't give a shit.
We're forced to care. That's why. Because we are forced.
But
not necessarily forced to watch, but it's kind of like, well, what else?
I'm not forced to watch shit because, number one, I'm not getting paid for this shit, so I don't need to watch your product. I don't give a fuck.
It, though.
I feel like I am.
I don't watch that product
personally.
What you say, Savage?
I am the product. I don't really watch it. I study it a little bit, but it's not drawing me into where it's like the fan part of me, which is not really me now. But if I was thinking on the fan side of things, I'm like, man, my daughter used to watch all the time, and at some point it just got uninteresting. So right there alone, she's 19. I was like, man, come to think of it, I haven't really been watching it. Nothing drew my interest until maybe now, like Tribal Chief. It's like, oh, now he's a heel. I was waiting for them to do that.
Hey, Salvation said it, bro. Hey, I'm just saying.
It kind of got my attention a little bit, but that's it, though. But everything else around it is like, damn.
It got his attention, though.
Head of the table, Tribal Chief, whatever.
But Salvation.
Whatever.
But, okay, what you just said, with Roman and the Usos or whatever, they're the centerpiece. But the thing is that people are going to start getting tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want your show to be successful, why don't you focus all of that attention on your supporting cast because right
You
now
must.
I don't see anybody else.
That's right.
Because they're
I
not
just don't.
pushing that talent. They're not
They're
pushing
not.
that talent
that
because
is
they
the
know
problem
that
of why
SmackDown. They know that SmackDown is Roman's show.
Yep.
Should there be? Do y'all think there should be an upper card, middle card, and lower card?
That's what it should have been in
Because
the
remember,
from
cause remember
jump.
back in the day, like Billy
That's
Gunn
how
used
it,
to.
that's
What you're saying, kid?
that's how it's supposed to be.
That's supposed to be.
Technically.
Yeah.
I just remember like Billy Gunn fighting Stone Cold and like Gangrel fighting upper card people or Edge fighting.
And guess what?
Jeff
They
Hardy
had
fighting
a
Undertaker.
storyline.
Yeah. So it's like
there was something different about watching Sunday Night Heat leading into a pay-per-view and then following it with Monday Night Raw that led into a SmackDown that led into another Monday Night Raw. It was the atmosphere of it was a lot different back then. Now
feel it. It was live, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
They just need to give everybody a purpose. I think instead of
maybe
tag
the
team
product,
matches.
Maybe the product will be different now that the crowds are coming back. I mean, WrestleMania to me felt a lot different this year, of course, because there was nobody last year. You know, COVID and all.
A little better than it.
But the factor is, we're gonna have people back for SmackDown and Raw. We're not gonna have the LED Best Buy screens anymore. Thunderdome is gone. Okay, we're going back to live crowds. That's where it was at for me. Out of night 1, night 2, what did I say? What I like night 2 better than night 1 or night 2, whichever. The fact is that it was enjoyable because there was a crowd there, the crowd reaction. So for SmackDown to be the show, which was at one point in time the B-rated show, now it's the A-rated show, and Raw is the Z-rated show that nobody wants to watch. That is, it's 3 hours. On top of that, it's too damn long. And they need to cut the shit. Cut the shit. Go back to 2 hours. You're gonna have to do something. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. And
bring
we don't
back Sunday Night Heat or something.
Bring Sunday Night Heat back to let's see, MTV.
They won't use it right though.
Yeah, exactly. That's
they probably
can bring back in many shows they want. I mean, they got main event. Main event could still be that form of Sunday Night Heat.
We don't need 205 Live. We don't need maybe once every couple months we have a Saturday night main event on NBC because it's part of that NBC Universal, whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is that the upper echelon of management needs to go, and one of them is Vince McMahon. He has to go.
Like CM Punk said in 2011, WWE will not get better, or any of that will not get any better or progress until Vince McMahon is dead.
Yep.
And I hate to say that.
What happens when he's dead, though?
When he's dead, we don't know. It could go to Disney.
It would be a lot more better than what it is now.
It's a possibility that in his will that WWE goes directly to Disney.
I kind of believe it's going to happen.
Let's think about that for a second.
There's going to be a panel of people. They're going to get away from that one-man army thing. It's going to be a panel of people, and they're going to break up a lot of what Vince is doing into jobs.
Yeah.
Post Vince McMahon, WWE is going to be a huge difference, and it's going to be a different era. And that what they're going to say is they're going to have the PG era, the Attitude era, and all the other eras that we've had, the Golden era, whatever. Then it's going to be post McMahon era. You hear what I said? I didn't say era. I said error. Okay, of what he's done wrong to make the business better. The era of what's going to happen afterwards is going to change the business.
I can see that.
Everyone, what we're going to do is, because we're going to go a little bit longer, we're going to probably go 2 hours and a half, a little bit. I think we're going to probably wrap up around maybe 12 o'clock or whatever. So we got about a couple more. Let me see, 5, 10 minutes. For about 35 minutes. And then when we come back, we're going to talk, let me see. We're going to talk a little bit Dark Side of the Ring, Warrior, and the collision of North Korea, also Velveteen Dream. So we're going to get into all of that shit, and then we're going to talk about what's happening with other shows. So we'll be right back. And, we'll be right back. If I can
after these words.
We hope you're enjoying episode 147. The wet dream is over.
I'm sorry. Hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast will be back after this brief commercial break. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Psst, hey, RoyWoodJr.com. Hey, dog, your breath stank.
Can I help you?
Yes, hello. Is this the Kung Fu instruction, please?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. I need to speak with one of the ninjas, please.
You speak to the instructor. May I help you?
No, are you a ninja? Are you one of the ninjas?
No, I'm not. I'm the instructor.
Okay, well, when will one of the ninjas be back?
May I help you, please?
Yes, sir. This is the Martial Arts Academy.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir. This is Johnny Houston. I need to speak with one of the ninjas if feasible.
What is it?
This is Johnny Houston. I was trying to speak with one of the instructors there.
I'm an instructor.
Okay, well, my son Devereaux came in there for the Wednesday, the beginner class, and a couple of weeks later, he got his ass whooped. And I'm just trying to see who do I need to speak with in regards to a refund.
How many classes did he do?
Well, he went that Wednesday and that Friday, and then that's all we could afford.
We don't have a Devereaux demo.
How long have you been a ninja?
Once you come down here, I'll show you.
Well, I'll send whoever whooped my son ass down there to handle y'all.
Your son didn't come here. But look, 2 days, nobody's a miracle worker.
Yes, but he should have at least learned how to run. Y'all could have at least shown him how to properly get away from. That's not what you all teach first. Is how to. Somebody's whooping your ass, how to run. My uncle taught me that in the third grade.
It's a system. They have to learn a system, and during the process of learning, they learn about how to avoid situations. 2 days. Can you make somebody a doctor in 2 days?
Well, no, but I reckon you can teach them how to run from an ass whooping pretty decently. It's not that hard. Turn and run the other way. From wherever that motherfucker's standing, you just run the other direction.
This is not a running school. We don't do cross-country or sprints or anything.
Well, no, but I'm not saying after like 2-3 licks, you have a good idea of whether or not you're going to win this fight. And, after 2-3 licks, he should be able to go, oh, shit, this hurts. And he should be able to turn around and run the other way.
There's an attitude.
It's real in these streets, brother.
I am from the streets.
Which ninja can I speak with in regards to meeting me down at Walgreens to help pay for these prescriptions for the antibodies?
Do you have a receipt?
Well, I'm sure that my wife has that paperwork somewhere at some point.
Once you get the receipt, look the phone number on that. Brother, give him a call, and you can ask him all those questions.
Brother, we need the medicine tonight, though. What's getting hit in the face?
Like I said, find the receipt and then give that number a call.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Had a son there. Got instructed by you all about a year and a half ago. Got his ass kicked 2 days ago by a couple of gang members. Need to get my money back from y'all. He apparently didn't learn a single thing from you in your karate school.
Well, if this isn't a prank call, then I'll tell you this is not a karate school. So I don't know what number you dialed.
We couldn't even hold it, man. We're sorry. Have a good one, buddy.
You too.
Man, y'all play too much, man. Who gave me the wrong number?
WarwickJr.com, suckers.
And we are back, everyone.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. Like, that man, I literally cried for 10 fucking minutes hearing that shit. I said, dude, look, I'm about to die. I'm really about to die listening to this prank call. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. All right, y'all. So we are back, everyone, with our special guest, Mr. Salvation. So we're going to talk a little bit about the dark side of the ring collision in North Korea. So we talked a little bit about this last week. And I'm not going to lie. That was very disturbing to watch. But even more so, I heard about what happened with Scorpio and an Animal from the Road Warriors. Them motherfuckers was going to kill each other.
But how much do you think he was actually fabricating for the show, though?
I was just about to say that. So my whole thing, when there's an altercation with two people, and unfortunately one of the people are no longer here with us to speak on their side of it, me personally, I automatically just say, yeah, whatever. Because Scorpio can say whatever he wants. Norton can agree with him if he wants to. Ric Flair could agree. everybody could agree with him. Guess what? Hawk's no longer with us. Not only
both
that,
of them, Animal or
I was
Hawk.
just about to say, not only that, the person that he rode up and down the streets with all the fucking time is no longer with us either. So that's the only part of that documentary that I kind of just, interesting, because I always heard Hawk being a bad motherfucker.
Because
racist.
I've heard some,
but
I heard some stories about Road Warrior, Animal, and Hawk.
But do you think that he was trying to get his clout?
I think
Clout
so.
For what?
Clout chasing
Scorpio?
About that he
so.
beat his ass. It's like Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig. I was the man that took down Brock Lesnar at 35,000 feet. It's one of those things that he made it a point. Pretty much the whole entire story of the collision in Korea that him and Hawk got into it.
Like I was
at the windowsill,
story. Yeah,
making a shift.
I was listening to the story, and I was like, okay, I could possibly see that. And then when Scott said that Hawk was on something, and that's what made his shit cloudy, I was like, okay. And then once Scorpio said, "Oh, I was at a restaurant and I fucking pickpocketed fucking metal chopsticks, and I was fucking making a shift out of them from the fucking window," so I'm all right, bro. Like, like really.
The metal chopsticks.
Like, you want me to believe that?
And then sharpening him on the windowsill. I'm like, for real?
And then, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
That's what you did.
Man, like, really? Too much.
Yeah. And then
I don't know.
The other part was Eric Bischoff.
Scott Norton.
I mean, we'll talk about him another day.
It felt to me for the whole entire episode, it was the Scott Norton and Too Cold Scorpio show.
Yeah.
And how like Eric Bischoff looked like an idiot.
And Eric Bischoff had a little bit to say about it.
Yeah.
He wanted to be Vince McMahon's WrestleMania.
Exactly.
For people, 180 to 190,000 people that were pretty much forced to show up to a show. That it was a spectacle honestly, I wish I was at that age that I could see that.
Yeah,
but they were forced to be there, or there was.
I was like force or a bullet in the hand. I'm like,
yeah, they was just like so like
that's some wild stuff, bro.
So you go over to another country that clearly hates us, and you're doing all of this shit for free. That's very idiotic.
I want to know the paychecks, the dollar signs. For all that BS that they had to get
they got paid.
Cutting off their phone lines and all that.
They got trust me, they got paid. The way Bischoff was talking,
they got paid.
If they didn't get paid,
if Hogan didn't want to be there because of scheduling issues, what does that tell you? They even knew Hogan didn't want to be a part of it.
Damn.
And you had the main part of New Japan Pro Wrestling that set up the whole entire organization. Even he said that, well, Hogan doesn't want to be a part of it. Now what do we do? And then, Flair got in his feelings because he was, second banana to Hogan.
But he still went. That's what makes me think.
But he still went because Hogan was going to be there. He knew that.
No. What makes me think that they got paid is just like Kid said, Flair was in his feelings. He got that number, just like the $1 Million Man says in the past. Everybody got a price, and he said, "Okay, I guess I'm going. All right, let's go. Let's go to Korea."
And it went all about his woo, and then
so that's what makes me think they got paid. Ric Flair ain't doing shit for free,
and he took the L in North Korea.
True too.
And he couldn't wait, and they all could not. L. He took a major L, and then he went back to Japan and kissed the ground.
Kissed the pavement. Took the word right out.
Thank you, God. I'm back in Japan.
And then notice how everybody said in a $3,000 suit and alligator shoes was on the ground kissing the pavement.
Alligator shoes.
But so let's see. Not Road Warrior, but the Ultimate Warrior.
Is that the one that's coming up next?
Yeah.
Do you find it weird that Ultimate Warrior? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but don't you find it weird that Ultimate Warrior was on A&E tonight and he's on Vice later on in the week?
No,
it was a coincidence.
No, I think Vince is trying to, as people like to say, get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and the thing about it is with Ultimate Warrior, just like what Stevie Ray told me, they're going to be doing a lot of whitewashing. They're not going to be honest with his documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that shit is fabricated. So I mean,
with
don't know what to take from it.
With his racist other shit that he's got going on.
Because I heard a lot of shit about Ultimate Warrior, and then when me and Stevie Ray had, well, all of us had that interview with him, I don't trust, AE's documentary. I would kind of like, the Dark Side of the Ring version because it's more gritty. And say they don't hold anything back. That's why I told Stevie, I said, dude, you should have did your documentary on Dark Side of the Ring instead of AE because it's just the WWE does not want to look bad at all. So they're not going to talk about none of that shit, anything bad related. Because if you're going to talk about documentary, you got to get the good and you got to get the bad. You can't just let's talk majority.
You can't have all good and then have all bad. It's got to be one way or the other.
Yeah. So but definitely we're definitely gonna follow up on that next week. But I will be watching the documentary when we're done. Velveteen Dream
gone. The wet dream is gone.
Oh, the wet dream is finally gone. So
it was good.
From my understanding, I think Velveteen. Matter of fact, hold on, let me pull that up.
Will he work anywhere else?
No, I wouldn't. No.
And it's sad though because he went from Tough Enough, MCW,
it ain't sad. It ain't sad.
No, the way that it ended, I mean, it was really messed up because he knew what the hell he was doing.
I don't feel sorry for him.
But at the very beginning of his career, we knew nothing of what was going on. We enjoyed his character, saw him go through MCW, Tough Enough, all of that. And then for it to be demolished because of his own doings. You did that to yourself, dude. It's over.
Wait, has the hidden camera phone filming talent and bathroom story out yet? Or that talent found camera phone?
Wait.
Wow.
Is that the Goldust bullshit that happened? What was that Goldust camera crap that they were trying to do as a storyline back in the day?
Whatever Chris just had on the screen, it was
I'm sorry.
Regards to Velveteen.
Let me pull that back up. I'm sorry.
Breaking news.
Hold on. Pull that back up real quick. I don't know why I just did that.
You lost it.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go. Okay.
Alan Cheapshot
Yeah.
Has the hidden camera phone filming talent and bathroom story got out yet?
Now, let me just kind of iterate what transpired. So, down in Florida, where Velveteen Dream lives, I believe. I don't know if he lives in Florida.
I think so.
I'm not sure. But apparently, the shit that he did was technically legal because in order for
the fuck is wrong with you?
In order for you to have sex with a 16-year-old, you have to be at least 16 down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But I've heard so many stories regarding this. Like, the WWE never reached out to any of Velveteen Dream's accusers at all. They didn't even reach out to
GTV race.
But yeah, but either way, like,
bro,
I'm glad he's gone now.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, bro. You better be lucky he wasn't in one of them locker rooms with Salvation. He'd be.
No, first off, calm down. I was in the locker room with Salvation.
That's what I'm saying. He would get killed. Nobody play that.
You just said Salvation. I was part of that too.
That's right.
I'm just saying. You know the right. He knew the right locker rooms to pull that shit off in. That's what I'm saying.
No, we don't. No, that shit is not acceptable whatsoever.
Yeah,
doing that bullshit. You're bringing up your career. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then you pull that bullshit, and then you get fired for your dumbass whatever the fuck you were doing. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Why?
Boy got a sickness, bro.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, he needs to get his sickness taken care of and be done with. You're gone from WWE. You're never going to work in another business anywhere. That's going to be like, what's his name that grabbed the fucking shit? What was it? Joey Ryan.
Yeah, with the lollipop out of
his fucking crotch.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and for some reason he always like people grabbing his dick for some reason.
That is something that set the wrestling business back 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. It was the girl that was. What was it? The one with the girl with the tampon in the mouth and all that in the bar scene.
Yeah, they doing.
He's the one talking about setting this. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing, though, Nappy. What a kid's saying. Yeah, I forgot about it though.
No, I don't.
People are sick, bro.
It got a good pop though. That's the sad part.
But I do remember getting glimpses of it and reading the shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Let me go back and
that's the truth.
When I read shit like that,
it makes Dark Side of the Ring, Velveteen Dream. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The true Dark Side of the Ring, Velveteen Dream.
I wouldn't even see me personally. I wouldn't even watch that because I feel like if Dark Side would ever to do a episode of Velveteen Dreams situation, I feel like I would be fucking condoning to what he does, and as a father of two
supporting of it
daughters.
Me too.
I would fucking catch a body. There would be no whatever.
Listen, we all got daughters in here.
Yeah.
Now that I'm noticing. Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, I would fucking murder somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like nobody messing with anybody, kids, especially your own. You know.
Right. So
with the whole Bret Hart been throwing shade on, like,
I'm so fucking tired of Bret Hart.
He's still going at it.
First off, don't be throwing shade on Bret Hart. He's gonna always have a story about something. So he's probably gonna be in the negative.
He's a fucking crybaby, dude. Like I'm
Shawn Michaels.
Bruh.
I mean, that was legit though. I mean, like Shawn Michaels
lied to Bret Hart about the Montreal Screwjob. Can we not say that was not a lie?
I'm about to do this shit. Y'all let me know when y'all ready.
I don't know why
you can crack your neck all you want.
Every time we talk about Shawn Michaels in a bad light, I mean, Shawn Michaels did a lot of bullshit.
I admitted it last week.
But
the difference between Shawn
versus Shawn Michaels, now it's Roman Reigns. Who else shady people you follow?
Brother. The main difference between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Pills.
Bret Hart whines like a bitch about everything. Everything.
That's kind of funny coming from somebody from
hold on,
bro.
Why has Bret Hart never threw shit out there?
Why is there never any negativity?
No. Bret Hart wants to bitch and cry and moan about how, WCW didn't do nothing with me when they first got me, and I was coming off of the screw job, and they could have done a lot with me. He's right in that aspect. Yeah. Absolutely right. WCW didn't do nothing, but guess what? And I'm glad my boy Salvation is in here because he can tell me if I'm wrong or right. As a talent, if you don't like something, you have all the right to say no. But guess what else you got the right to do? Hey, I don't like this, but what if we do this? Bret Hart has never fucking done that in his whole entire career. So Bret Hart can go be a whiny fucking bitch elsewhere.
I agree.
Wait till it happens to Roman Reigns.
That won't happen because
then what are you gonna do?
Because Roman Reigns, if you really want to be technical,
Roman Reigns
is in that Breakfast Club too.
Roman Reigns is your boy right now. All right, he's the golden child. Okay, wait till it happens to your boy, and then guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna be telling stories too.
And then guess what's gonna happen? Roman Reigns is gonna say, "Hey, how about this?
I'm still the tribal chief, no matter what."
How about no? I was gonna say something else, but whatever.
He ain't got nothing.
moving on to the next item, John Cena's possible return. Looks like it's
we still can't
July
see
16th, I believe. Now, there's speculation that John Cena may go after Roman Reigns for that title.
With that hairdo?
Right.
17-time world champion.
Go over trash bag, commercial hairdo.
I mean, because like Nappy, we all know
he's making movies.
That first person that he's going to address, which is going to be Roman Reigns.
But see, and look, and that's fine. I'm not
your tribal chief.
I don't care who Cena goes after. Me again as a wrestling fan.
How many times is he going to own him in a promo though?
I don't want to see Cena go over Ric Flair.
He's going to own Roman Reigns in a promo again. I hope you know that. In front of a live crowd.
I don't care. I'm not talking about that.
Yes, you do care.
No, I really don't. I care.
Yes, you do care. That's your tribal chief.
You let me know when I. Let me know when I can continue. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No. Keep going.
What's going to happen? No. Go ahead.
Y'all are a mess.
I don't care about if Cena owns him in a promo, if he beats his ass. I don't want to see Cena go over on Ric Flair's title runs.
I don't think
so. That's not going to happen.
I don't think so.
No.
He's already tied with Ric Flair. If he wins the Universal, guess what? That makes him 17.
That doesn't count.
No, it does.
No, the title, the amount of title wins, not as a heavyweight champion.
Dude.
No, it doesn't matter, bro. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah, Universal Championship, World Title, WWE Championship, that is still a title reign. It counts.
Because Cena won the big gold belt a few times in that.
So Ric Flair being WWE champion, 2 times? That counts as his 16 title. That counts as
he actually had more than 16.
Yeah, a ton more.
Yeah, I think he was up there with 24.
Yeah, he actually had more.
So what you're saying is John Cena still has a way to go.
Oh, no, he got one more to go.
As world champion,
one more to get.
WCW world champion. He's 16-time world champion.
Yes, so that means he needs.
Kid doesn't watch the same shit we watch, Chris. Kid doesn't. When this is being said,
it's questionable.
Thank you. Like it must get muted.
Questionable.
Man, shut up with the
okay. Anyway,
tribal chief.
Let's see.
We drink out of your Yeti.
WWE gets heat from mainstream media outlet for using zombies in the WrestleMania Backlash. We already talked about that shit. We already talked about Velveteen Dream. Now this part right here. So recently, CM Punk mocked
Charlotte,
Vince McMahon. If you see down below, it says that, God damn it, pal, watch the monitors and stop saying wrestling, pal. So then, Charlotte, her being the gotta be the slut in this and shit, talking about I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Coming for Charlotte like that.
I don't like her. I just don't, because number one,
she's the queen.
She's the queen that is entitled. So fuck that bitch.
Bow to the queen.
Bow to the queen like he does to Roman Reigns.
Hold on. Can I say something about
don't
the Charlotte Flair hate? Please, can I say something real quick?
Because she's with Andrade. Go ahead.
This is what. No, I don't. Why do I need to say something because she's with Andrade? What does that have to do with anything? Anyway, everybody keeps saying that she's at the level that she's at because of her last name.
I mean,
how many titles?
How many titles? How many titles do she have?
14 times.
I'll wait. Thank you.
In what matter of how many years?
Can I finish?
No, go ahead, finish.
So, is her father Ric Flair? Yes. Does she skip a lot of lines because of her father being Ric Flair? Yes. Woo. But is it because of Ric Flair that she's actually good on the mic?
Yes.
No, that's her.
No, it's
is
not.
it Ric Flair?
Yes.
That she's actually good in the fucking ring and she's one of a handful of women that can actually fucking wrestle and isn't about ass and titties?
Yes.
No, that has nothing to do. That
Then
has
why did her
nothing
boob pop
to
out
do
almost in
with
on?
Ric Flair. That
Well, why
has
did her-
everything to do with Charlotte Flair and
Okay.
the work that she put in.
I get.
So let me
I
see
get
if I
that,
can get
but her
this
boob
right
almost
though.
popped out on Raw though.
So let me see if I can get this right. Because
And that
of her
Cruella de Vil
work
outfit.
ethic, because of her looks, that's why she's entitled to get 11.
I'm not saying
title
her
reigns.
looks.
I mean, what are you saying?
What looks?
Her promo skills and how she wrestles in the ring. I mean, it's not all because of her last name and her.
It gets
and her
intensified
dad.
when she's sweaty. Have you seen how mean
Guys,
she
can we
looks
have
and
a
how
serious
aggravated she looks
conversation?
when she's sweaty?
Yeah. I seen her.
I mean,
backstage.
but
She
like
looks
getting
like a bad bitch that wants to beat somebody the fuck up.
And
Maybe
then on
she
top
doesn't
of that,
like
she's
getting
a
sweaty.
blonde, which that's what Vince likes.
She's not a natural blonde. Come on.
Doesn't matter. The bitch
She's
is
not a
still
natural blonde.
I be trying, y'all. I be trying.
I mean,
Y'all
because
think-
you
y'all
be
think she's bad in the
you be
ring?
pushing that bullshit, and you thinking that no one is going to pay
I'm not
attention.
pushing
Like,
bullshit.
No,
that
you
is
are.
pushing
bullshit,
Roman Reigns.
bro.
It's not bullshit.
You
It
just
is
sat
bullshit.
here and just said
So
that the
she's
reason
not good.
why
So she's not good with the promo
I
skills.
didn't say that, but the thing about
She's not
No,
good at
Charlotte
it.
is good. Charlotte is good with the promo skills. She knows how to talk. She can be on the mic. It's that voice and that tone that she's got, and the whole Cruella de Vil outfit
Yeah,
she's
'cause
got
she
going
sound
on.
like a whiny ass bitch.
Yeah,
She's
that Cruella
crying.
de
She's
Vil
crying. Yeah, she's crying. Well, honestly, it
wanna
kind of
say
looks like a muumuu outfit because she looks like, it looks like a cow outfit. It doesn't look anything like Dalmatians.
Oh my god.
And I'm not the only one that sees that. Come on.
So, in the next order of business, the
That sucks so bad for him.
IWGP World Championship.
That's some
Will
WWE
Ospreay.
shit right there.
So he suffered a neck injury, and he's going to be out of action, and he has to vacate his championship, which really
That
sucks.
so bad.
It sucks, but he'll come back
was
to
on
it.
that wave, bro.
It's not WWE because he'd be sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring this one,
Man, what the
this part
hell?
up too. So I didn't know that.
What is Booker G doing on there?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Bro, this is not.
That is not Booker T. That's Booker G.
That is Booker T and Charmel.
That's not Booker T.
Yes,
I know
it
who
is.
that guy is too. That's the
Yes,
funny
that
thing.
is.
I'm
That
not
is
doing
Booker
it.
T. Look at. I mean,
I'm
the
not
same
that
nose.
is
I'm not
Booker
doing
G and Starmel.
No, that
Nah,
is
I'm not
Booker
gonna
T.
do it. I'm not gonna do
I
it.
did not know that they was in a porn.
That's not Booker T.
Can you dig
Y'all
it?
gonna make me do it. Y'all gonna make me do
Look,
it.
look at them damn short ass dreads. Come on now.
Can you dig it?
Where the hell did you find that?
Man,
Y'all are joking, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are joking,
I
right?
know who
No,
that guy is.
no,
too.
that
I
is
know
straight.
him.
That is Booker T.
Fashowski? Come on, really?
I can give y'all both of their names. That's not.
I've never heard that.
I forgot his
Fashowski.
name.
That is Booker T.
I watched
and
a lot
that is
of.
Charmel.
I
Did he
used
do
to
the
watch a lot
spin-a-rooney?
of porn back in the G.
Sort
That's
of.
not Booker T.
He put the
That
bookend
I
on her,
used to
didn't
watch
he?
him back.
So you
yeah,
telling me
yeah.
that them
On the other
dreads
end.
is not Booker T? Booker T didn't have it that short?
Yo, look at the angle of his face.
Exactly. Come on now.
Bro.
You tell me that ugly ass face is not Booker T.
Comes
Do
out
me a
like
favor.
that.
Do me
It
a
comes out
favor.
like that TikTok thing with the horse. Come
Any
on now.
three of y'all. Any four of y'all.
Trio.
Any four of y'all. Do me a favor. Go on Google and type in the name Byron Long.
I know who he
You
is.
know
Sir.
exactly who he is.
Yes, I know who the fuck.
I
Yeah,
know who he is.
Yeah, you know who he is because you watch that porn.
That's
I watched a lot
While
of porn
wearing
back
that
in my day.
T-shirt.
Yeah, and that damn T-shirt. He wore that shit when he got signed with fucking Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
You tell
when
me
he-
that that's not Booker T.
Isn't that the
Versace-
same outfit
You
he
mean to
wore
tell me
at
that's the
King
same
of the
outfit
Ring?
where he slammed
Yes.
Austin through the table?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Isn't it the same
yeah.
outfit he wore for King of the Ring?
I think it is.
Mhm.
Y'all hilarious.
Man, laughing at you.
That's Booker G and Starmel.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Starmel. Mhm.
About to put the spinning Rooney on you.
Oh, I bet. In the bookend. Yeah.
So then, in sad news, 22 years ago, Owen Hart had passed away.
Damn.
On this day.
Damn, bro.
So let's offer a moment of silence. Okay. All right. So that concludes #Heels for Life. Mr. Salvation.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook, IG. If you look up on Facebook, I got a Salvation page. You can pull it up there, or Ellis D. Pollard. D being the middle initial, last name Pollard, first name Ellis. I friend everybody until I run out. Sometimes I fill up and can't add any more people. So I guess that's a good thing too somehow.
You denied my request.
Oh.
No, just kidding.
Good.
I was like, oops.
So what we will do for you from here on in or here on out, what we'll do each time a wrestler or a special guest come on, we're going to gather all of your information, and then we're going to make a post. We're going to make actually a flyer, and then we're just going to put all your information on our actual page.
That's
they
perfect. That's terrific.
You're at. Okay,
that's terrific.
Do you have any promotions that you're doing right now, or any work?
Only thing I'm doing right now, locally, it's the grassroots of it. But me and this guy named Jonathan Anderson, another guy named Bill, who's been around the industry for years, trying to get a group of people together. Whoever want to come out and learn some wrestling, we're doing it outside because we're not allowed to have anything indoors right now. Try to get you, if you want to learn basics, chaining or anything like that, and maybe move on up and try your hand at pro wrestling. That's one thing. Also, I guess technically I might be working on something next month, maybe in a couple of shows for television recording. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. I'm having some issues with my license. I don't know if we even need them right now.
Me too, right?
We can't have any audience. So I have to figure on that as I get more information. And I think other than that, that's pretty much it right now. I mean, stuff comes up with me every week, but I mean, I'm here. I'm gonna help some people get in shape.
I'm like, as in you really get in shape.
Well, next time you come down to New Orleans,
I don't know. Whenever we able to really get out and travel more comfortably amongst the country. Corey Francis.
Yes, he said where at.
If you're anywhere near Central Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Chesterfield, Virginia area, that's where it'll be at right now. To begin with, it might expand if we do what we're planning on doing next year. Hopefully, start something new that almost haven't been done in years. It's gonna seem like the territory. It's gonna be some real effed up stuff in a good way. So. Other than that, maybe it might end up being some stuff online. I have to keep you up to breast on that if that comes to that.
What, do I get the bump in the ring?
Hopefully, we're trying to get that ring and everything now. Right now, I'm telling you, when I say grassroots, we on the grass.
My back misses that, by the way.
Nice too. I miss clotheslining people.
It just hits different.
Yeah, it's like I can't explain it, but he know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so
as soon as I hit, my back cracks. I'm like, oh,
I know, right? And I might be working backstage with WWE again when they go on the road. I'm not sure. I might be done with it. I'll let you know about that too.
Yes, please. Let me because we gotta actually, I think probably after episode 150, because we gotta talk with Jobber Tears podcast. I gotta still work with them. So we got like 2 more weeks until 150. But for now,
big show coming up.
Yeah, that's great. A huge show.
I gotta check that one out for sure.
Yeah, that one is gonna be a clash. And I'm like,
wow.
Okay. So what we're gonna be doing, we were discussing this earlier. We're gonna be doing some sweepstakes. Sweepstakes. I'm sorry. Yeah. We're gonna be doing giveaways like gift cards, selling titles, and I'm talking about actual wrestling belts
and giveaways.
Yeah, great. So we're going to be doing that. Also, we're going to be doing some trivia. So when we leave the podcast, like when we get towards the end of the show, we're going to we're going to probably pull up some random shit, so we can, talk about when is the last time Brock Lesnar actually did something other than a German suplex? The year, Yeah, you know what I'm saying, or overhead suplex or whatever, you know. So yeah, we got a lot of good shit coming, and yes, our page is growing. Like right now, we're at 309 followers.
Thank you guys so much.
So like that's like really dope. But yeah, we need you guys to like follow us, like, you know, everywhere on social media, because once we get more of the clientele, we can do more shit for you guys. So that's why it is very important for you guys to just share this around.
Please.
Tell everyone about
Awesome.
Hashtag Kills for Life. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some big shit coming up. So, and I got to get with Stevie Ray, because
Stevie Ray,
he is literally my lifeline to getting to Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo on the show. Yeah. We got to get them on the show. Yeah, we got to get them on the show, because we really
some serious questions we need to ask them, huh?
I need to talk to Eric my damn self anyway.
Yeah, so
throw the hot coffee on you.
That is that. You know what? That is one of the perks of knowing a WWE Hall of Famer. Like, that is really fucking awesome.
It is, and I'm friends with Stevie on Facebook, but I never really talked to him personally. I commented here and there, or whatever, you know.
I always keep saying, like, Stevie is one of the most down to earth people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like, he have taught me a lot about, you know, the wrestling business. He taught me things that I didn't even know even what's going on in wrestling. So, you know, I'm very humble just to, you know, just have that conversation with him and have that lifeline. So yeah, it's, you know, and they be just like, Chris, how can you be so calm? Like, that's Stevie Ray. I'm like,
he's like, well, and I was gonna, and I don't know, and I'm just like I was.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, the reason why I was so nervous, you know, on that particular episode.
Shit, I was more nervous than you were. What are you talking about?
I mean, because like the thing is, it's like what Salvation said. When you go, like, when you're behind that curtain, you're nervous as fuck. But then
he knows. He knows.
I'm like, fuck it. Like, let me no, fuck this shit. I'm about to nail this fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? So,
he's had to calm me down a couple times, because he knows how nervous I was right before showtime about what the match we were going to go through. Even when we faced each other and then became a tag team, he's like, "No, it's all right. Relax. Everything's okay. Calm down."
It's the thing about it is, it's like, you were right about one thing. Like, when you are doing high profile, like, you know,
it just hits different.
Yeah, his was more different, because he is a WWE Hall of Famer, and he's a legend in the business. So it's like, you don't want to ask him any personal questions or anything inappropriate, even though, you know, Steve is a very, you know, open individual. Even he asked me, like, how do I really think about his brother? And sometimes I have to be professional, and I have to, like, say, hey, you know, I don't really care for your brother too much, but at the same time, I do respect what he has done in the business, even though some shit that he has done is very questionable, but that's either here or there.
You keep it real, but keep it respectable.
Exactly. And that's what I do with every guest that we have on the show, especially that motherfucker that came on the show and was disrespectful or whatever, but I still kept it classy. I let everybody know.
We crisp and wad that. I thought we did that.
Oh, yes, we did. That's why I said,
hey,
like,
it's okay. It's okay. Chris Benoit gets talked about every now and then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're going to be erased from our program, because we never heard of you. So, but yeah, like, you know, get the word out, bro. Like, anybody that you think want to come on the show, and because we actually had a request that they just threw their page out. They just, I was
said, like, hey. And you are
yeah.
Like, I didn't know how to really answer that shit. I'm like,
hey, that's cool shit though.
Yeah,
but we don't know who you are. If you can provide us information, that would be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, find you.
So yeah, if you whenever I think what we can do for you, I think we can shoot for 4 weeks from today, either 4 weeks or 5 weeks from today. I'll get with you, and then we'll do the second part of your interview. Whatever.
That'll work, because I got a lot of stuff. I probably got some stuff written even down. It's like so many people that everything connects.
And that's why I said, like, your interview was like an hour long. So it's like now we're kind of like wrapping up. It's like 12 o'clock right now. So that's what I said. We can do the second part when you come back. So
I'm ready.
We'll schedule that for you. So but yeah, everyone. So get ready for episode 148 next week, which is Sunday, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Remember to follow us on every social media site, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're also on other streaming sites. I think iHeartRadio, I believe.
It's coming. I'm getting the RSS code to get us on all the MP3. So we're gonna be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all that stuff.
That's
so
our producer, dude.
It's coming.
They're gonna hear us.
He been doing the groundwork.
That's the man right over there.
That's the man over there.
The man in the corner right there. That's the man.
Oh, that's another thing too, Ziggy. A lot of people been hitting me up about our theme song, and they are saying you did an awesome job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I might get him to do mine.
So
that's what I said. We need to have him create a theme music for either you tag team or for you for me.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. You know what I might do, Chris? Sometime midweek, I'm gonna go live on #Hills for Life Facebook and just kind of like let people know what I do, because a lot of people don't know. Like I own a Black-owned business where I'm a social media manager. Like that's what I do. When I'm not doing my day job, I help companies, start up their Facebook. Some people are just too busy to promote on Facebook and start websites and all that shit. So that's why I come in.
We did.
So that's what I do.
You ever thought about? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say like what we should do is we should do an introduction about ourselves. Like we should like all of us could like break it down. Like one day, Monday could be me, Tuesday could be Nat.
Yeah, just during the week, just go live on.
It's like first day of school all over again.
Yeah,
like I said, more content for us.
Once again, I know y'all love Chris and y'all follow Chris, but y'all have to follow the page to get some extra content.
Yes.
So make sure y'all following the page.
Yes. Because there's a day that we might do some random shit and do some shit like we did last week. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned.
That's right.
So
yeah.
So yep. So everyone, we will be seeing you sometime this week. We might do a podcast, maybe.
Gotta follow us to find out.
Gotta follow us and find out.
So until that time, I'm your host, or I'm one of your favorite heel. This is a team brigade.
Happy boy.
Kid USA.
And I'm Ziggy. I'm about to hit the gym so I can get like salvation.
Wow. Really. And shout out to Salvation. Like I said, we'll get your information.
He's a big dude, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He's a big dude, by the way.
I look small on here compared to in person.
He is. He's a big dude.
Everyone, we'll see you next week. Or excuse me,
next Wednesday.
We'll see you Sunday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
For life.